local. And the first in Florida with an HD radio digital signal.
Man, are we excited about that or what?
No.
Anybody out there got one of them radios?
No.
Oh.
God, is that thing real?
No.
She was an intern for the president. And early on she wasn't sure what it meant, but he would show her. Show her. He took her on a tour of the Oval Place. And when they were through, he held her by her face and he said, lower, la 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 lower, la 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 lower. He whipped down his cock and he waved it around. She fell to her knees and she swallowed him down and he said, slower. Well, it wasn't long before his bubble burst, and the little intern had a terrible burst. He was a blower.
Squirt.
Blah, 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 blower.
Squirt.
Blah, 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 blower. Well, she taped conversations on the phone, talking about a Billy Bone. And when it came, he had it in his hand. She said, Billy boy, gonna take the stand. Now, I'm not the world most curious man, but from what I hear, I understand she was a goer.
Yes.
That thing didn't even crack the top, what it make, 2, 4, 6, Monica Penisgate on our poll yesterday, number 6.
Crack.
Didn't crack the top 5, okay, that fat, disgusting slut with her presidential knee pads. Nobody really gives a flying crap, especially in retrospect, but nevertheless, we just got too many numbers. Oh, speaking of some bad numbers, we always every day get this out of the way first. You have to almost search for these stories anymore because it's just not big news no more.
It's not good for morale.
Oh. Roadside bombs have claimed more American lives, killing 3 U.S. soldiers in separate attacks in Baghdad and Sunni Muslim areas to the north of Baghdad. At least 6 soldiers were wounded in the attacks, 1 critically. And you won't hear no more about the injuries and about that stuff unless somebody dies, because it's only the dead, the number. Right. Not the names, just numbers. And then, they could have like both arms and legs blown off, and we don't hear about that. Because it's not good for business. It's not good for El Presidente. Now, getting back to Fudgegate. Now, let's see, how many? There were 10. Those 10 people, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, okay? Well, 14 now. 14 people voted as the biggest scandal of all time. John Kerry Fudgegate, a la Miss Drudge, who's just hyperventilating now, trying to justify and rationalize the fact that he put a bunch of rumor and innuendo and scandal on there. The story is now that the Clinton people were backing Wesley Clark. They were the ones that circulated that rumor in the first place. You ready for that?
Yeah, right.
That what? They were pulling the strings behind the scenes for Wesley Clark, and they were going to do whatever they could to derail Kerry. So they were on the Wesley Clark bandwagon. Gore, you saw on the Dean bandwagon, and you saw that went into crapper almost immediately. None of these people were on the Kerry bandwagon. Right. So he lifted himself up by his own bootstraps, except, of course, Jane Fonda, who magically appeared in that phony doctored picture.
Commie, traitor, whore.
Follow the bouncing balls, boys and girls, okay, because it's American politics at its worst. But a statement released yesterday by Alexandra Polier, whatever her name is, who's been the subject of rumors linking her to Senator John Kerry, who looks a little scary. For the last several days, I've seen internet and tabloid rumors relating to me and Senator John Kerry. Because these stories were false, I assumed the media would ignore them. It seems that efforts to peddle these lies continue, so I feel compelled to address them. I have never had a relationship with Senator Kerry, and the rumors in the press are completely false. Whoever is spreading these rumors and allegations do not know me, but should know the pain they've caused me and my family. I am in Kenya. Can you believe it? I'm in Kenya with my fiancé visiting his family, and we ask that the press respect our privacy and leave all of us alone. A statement by Terry and Donna Polier, the parents of Alexandra. We've spoken to our daughter. The allegations that have been made regarding her are completely false and unsubstantiated. We love and support her 100%, and these unfounded rumors are hurtful to our entire family. We appreciate the way Senator Kerry has handled the situation and intend on voting for him for President of the United States. How do you like that?
There you go.
Yeah. Miss Fudge, stick that in your busy butt.
Rectum.
Okay? In your busy bonnet and your busy butt. You busybody. Piece of crap. Yeah, I guess he gives, his ad
Rectum.
gives new meaning to the term busybody, huh? Boy, can you imagine the parade? I guess all the people that used to show up at, what's his name that got shot and killed
What's
on the
his
beach?
name?
You know, Johnny Versace.
Johnny.
I guess that crowd. They're all hightailing it, high-assing it down to Miss Fudge's joint. Wouldn't you think?
Well,
Well, he's got that magnifying glass out there to see if he can find anything. He's checking out them boxer shorts. Okay, here's the result of yesterday's poll. We got a lot of numbers, man. Oh, look at that.
What?
I can't believe it. What the hell I do with my glasses?
Oh, no.
They're gone.
It's one of those ironic things. You need your glasses to find your glasses.
Can you believe that? They disappeared. Well, I'll find them eventually during the break. No, I don't need the glasses to read this, but I just happened to notice they disappeared.
Just
and
hold it
left
out
me a
real
little
far.
bit unsettled being old and blind. No, we need only one more vote for 1,700. Right?
Right.
So let's dilly-dally. Yesterday we asked which of these do you think was the biggest scandal of all time? Invasion of Iraq based on lies, 557. Well, can I refresh it? What do you got?
I just refreshed it. I got 17 even.
All right!
17 even.
So I got 1701. I got an extra one just for the weekends. Which of these do you think was the biggest scandal of all time? Invasion of Iraq based on lies, 558. The 2000 election, 385. I got a great, very short story, okay, by Danny Schechter of the News Dissector. That's his thing, his bag. It's on our website, but I'm going to read it. It's fabulous. 2000 election scandal, 385. Priest child abuse scandal, 265, which is getting bigger and worse by the minute. They're finally starting to admit a few numbers, which you know is just the tip of the iceberg. Watergate, 135. The O.J. Simpson murder charges, 101. Monica Penisgate, only 67. Thought that's a big scandal, the biggest. Ted Kennedy and Chappaquiddick with 2 Ds, 61. You know what the other D stands for?
No, what?
Death or drowning.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe death by drowning. Warren Commission report, 42, nothing but a cover-up. Iran-Contra, 27. Michael Jackson child molestation charges, 21. John Kerry and Drudgegate, 15. They're still voting for it, and you know, those are the real dyed-in-the-wool bushlickers because they're peeing in their pants that they know Kerry, who's ahead by 5 points in the polls again, the latest poll of Bush. They know Kerry's going to wipe the floor with them. Vatican banking scandal, 13. Gary Condit, Chandra Levy, 6. Robert Blake murder charges, only 3. And Gary Hart and Donna Rice, small potatoes, only a pair, only 2 votes for them. We've got over, remember yesterday I said our hot couples contest, we'd have over 1,000 votes by the time we sat down this morning?
Yeah, you were wrong.
We've got over 2,000 votes. Oh! And some of them are actually for real. I don't know which ones, and of course we don't really care. But right. Boy, it'll take a while to go through all of that. So go to that, and of course a lot of people who may have been on vacation yesterday, away for a 3-day weekend, we got Hallie's Berries on our website too as an added inducement to go and when in doubt, check them out. From the movie, what?
Swordfish.
With the unctuous John Travolta.
Yeah. And
bad flick.
Good explosions. Bad flick.
I see. Anyway, New York Times reports illegal Florida vote purge 3 years after killing the story. News dissector Danny Schechter, formerly of ABC's 2020, asked how the Times could editorialize on a story they never ran in the first place. He says the New York Times lead editorial Sunday was about how America doesn't vote. It featured proposals for many reforms to guarantee Americans the right to vote and have that vote counted. Its lead paragraph has as its second sentence, in 2000, the American public saw in Katherine Harris's massive purge eligible voters in Florida how easy it is for registered voters to lose their rights by bureaucratic fiat. The editorial goes on to quote the U.S. Civil Rights Commission's findings documenting how people falsely designated as felons were struck from the polls. When I read this, I called investigative journalist Greg Palast to read it to him. Greg appeared in Counting on Democracy, a film I directed on the voting debacle in Florida. He was the first top journalist to report on the voter fraud, but not in the U.S., but on the BBC in England, of course. What? He shouted at me on the phone. You must be kidding. He couldn't believe it because the New York Times refused to carry the story at the time when it might have done some good. It didn't even report on the Civil Rights Commission's findings. It references in the editorial only on Republican objections to those findings. You would think that the massive purge they cite in 2004 might have been news fit to print back in 2000. The Washington Post carried Greg's article on the subject, but until June of 2001. The Nation ran it and follow-ups earlier. CBS News wouldn't run it. Greg was told by a staffer because Harris' office denied it. Huh? The whole sordid story of big media response to his findings appears in Palat's book, The Best Democracy Money Can Buy, and was carried first on Media Channel. This is so strange. Remember the heavily hyped media review of the balloting? The New York Times was one of the key newspapers in the consortium. The findings were delayed and then reported in such a confusing manner you'd need an MIT degree in linguistics to puzzle out what it was saying. An airplane crash that day knocked it out of the news altogether. Later, the New York Times' own investigative reporter who supervised the media review told me on camera, and it's in the film, that Al Gore won. Does any of this make any sense? A top reporter challenging the main frame of the story is published, and an editorial 3+ years later citing as alarming and as a fact a massive purge that it never reported or explained. One more thing, Greg noted, they're still not making it clear that most of those who were purged were black. And Natch, likely Gore voters, surprise, surprise. Right, Stanley Schechter. So there you go. New York Times finally gets around to it now that, the bodies aren't even warm no more. A disgrace. Let's see, what is this? Did Neanderthals breed with humans? What is this all about?
Caveman stuff. Satan.
Oh, it's more scientific, more that witchcraft, man.
Yeah, but it's about as fossilized Israeli poop.
More the handiwork of the devil. I can smell it right on the page. I can smell the devil's
Rectum.
hot ass right under that tail.
Smell the fossilized poop.
Fossilized human feces, tens of thousands of years old, are helping scientists answer one of the most intriguing questions in anthropology. Did early humans interbreed with the Neanderthals and move to South Florida, or maybe to Tennessee? Researchers are sifting through the detritus.
Careful how you detritus.
Oh, I think there's only one last day that we can actually say this on the air. So we can say that they're sifting through the
crap
of 2 Stone Age cave sites in Israel to find samples of human excrement,
crap.
That could be analyzed for DNA and point to signs that Neanderthals and anatomically modern humans had children together. Oh my God. I know who one of them is. And the other one just had a surprise birthday party Friday night. The thick-set Neanderthals seem to have almost disappeared by the time that the first modern humans, the Cro-Magnons, arrived in Europe and the Middle East some 50,000 years ago. Oh, that messes with our Bible stuff again. 50,000, You're wrong. More handiwork of the devil. Mm-hmm. But there has been intense speculation about whether the Neanderthals died out completely or left some hybrid descendants, most of whom live in the southern U.S. Heinrich Ponauer of McMaster University in Ontario, Canada, said, that a project to analyze the genetic material of human coprolites, fossilized stools, could help solve the mystery by looking for hybrid Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal DNA from the same individual. He said, I'd take Cro-Magnon DNA and probe for Neanderthal DNA. If they interbred and the DNA is from Neanderthal, I'll pick it up as obvious interbreeding. Paleontologists know from bones and artifacts that the Israeli caves were inhabited almost certainly at the same time by Cro-Magnons and Neanderthals, like the ones who are killing each other in the Middle East right now, so it's an obvious place to look for signs of interbreeding. He said, when you take sediments from a cave, the majority are feces that have just been trampled in time over time. They've been trampled in feces, okay? Kind of like when you come to the QM elevator. 10:13 at 560. Speaking of feces, how's Todd Dreck doing? You know, last time you looked at it, guys, you decided it's just too small. It's like Todd Dreck. It's small and useless. It doesn't impress women no more, and it definitely doesn't last as long as it used to. We're talking about it begins with a P, paycheck. Call Fast Train toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN if you really want to get out of your rut, if you're really looking for a life. If not, just stay working for a minimum wage. But if you want to make a big change for the better, call Fast Train and start a brand new high-paying computer career. Because in just 4 short months, Fast Train can help you get a new high-paying computer career. The demand for computer professionals is growing like crazy. Todd, of course, is not. With 7 locations, Fast Train's bound to have a campus nearby you. They offer you job placement, financial assistance for people who qualify, and with day-night weekend classes, no excuse to stay in your dead-end job, no more. So pick up that phone and call them today, because now you can have a big fat paycheck that'll stretch pretty damn far. Check them out on the web if you like at fasttrain.com, but make that call. Get off your ass, pick up your instrument, and call once and for all at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Caca, poop, pissin'. What else? What am I missing?
I don't know.
You're smelling mint.
introduces the definitive collection for the anal retentive, the Feces of the Species series. Yes, we are pleased to pass on to you the most exotic animal droppings collection available today. Our animal doodle replicas are handcrafted of the finest pewter. Order today, and your first stool will arrive in 2 weeks. A classic cow chip. So real you can almost smell it. You'll marvel at the attention to detail, and be amazed at the enormity of the elephant and the cuteness of the bunny bullet. Order today, and you'll receive our special bird series. See what it looks like before it hits your windshield. Be a part of this powerful movement. There's no time to waste. Call now. The Feces of the Species collection is going fast.
Speaking of feces, here's our first call of the day. WQM Feces line. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Neal, what's up,
Yes,
buddy?
sir, Mr. Caller. What it be?
Yeah, go right ahead, dickhead.
So anyway, let's take a look. 2,300 votes almost on the poll.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
I'm with you right here.
Or again me?
Friend
22, as Bill Calder used to say, friend or foe. 2,290, well, I gotta get all the way to the bottom here, and if I do it this way, it's gonna take, 2,295. I'm only gonna do this once a day, because otherwise it'll kill a half an hour of the show, and we don't want to do that.
So
Want to get a lot more good calls like that first one on, right?
Day. Right.
Monica and Brian are leading with 519 in our Hot Couples contest. Sarah and Sean, 316. And don't get panicked, anybody, because, the tremendous swings one way or the other, depending on who's cheating the best. I mean, Karen and Joe got 196, 198, like I said. Jesse and Jeffrey, 191. Who are these people? Carmen and Carlos, 150. Remember Carlos?
No.
Hola.
Aaron and Brandon, 115 for Aaron and Brandon. Also, a couple of those are holdovers from last year. They tried it. Davida and Ed Garvey, 92. Jessica and Henry, 86. Man, oh man, there's like 35 of these. I'm not going to read them all. Carmen and Danny, 84. And Andy and Billy got 49. After that, it's downhill from there. I'm not going to read them all, for crying out loud. It would take till noon. That would be bad, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That'd probably be a good idea. No, we got too many fish to fry, including a lot of good calls like that first one. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I was wondering why, on that poll about the best bands in the last 10 years, you guys didn't have Creed on there.
Probably because you didn't call in and suggest it.
It's pretty difficult to get through these days, you know, Neil?
I know, it's tough.
Man.
It's tough. Okay, next time, man.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. See, that's another Indian guy who's upset.
Is he?
No, the Indians are pissed off about everything. You know, the redskin thing.
All
What's the latest thing they're all bent out of shape about?
Outcast, your favorite band.
Oh, that's right, Outcast. They're all pissed off and fired up. We had to have another CBS apology. Everybody, the French are in Quebec are all pissed off. Conan O'Brien and Don Cherry, and everybody's all politically incorrect. I'll screw them all, you know, I'm sick of it. Tired of it.
Le Francis Cochon.
All the crap that's going on in the world, these people. Just like Miguel, your buddy there. Oh, man, he is, seriously, what are we going to do? Let's send him over to Dr. Ackland, or whatever his name is, on Passions.
Dr. Atkins?
Dr. Ackland. Oh, speaking of Atkins, his wife was on last night. We'll get to that. Just don't push me. So Miguel comes in this morning. What is he worried about? He needs a lobotomy. He's worried about the fact that Beyonce, the side of one boobie, evidently made it...
I was out taking a crap when you guys were talking about that, apparently.
It flashed, but it didn't make it on air because TNT had the 7-second delay going in the NBA All-Star Game. I mean, does anybody connected with the show care about the NBA All-Star Game?
No.
Hopefully Josh doesn't care about that, does he?
No.
If he enjoys that $1.35 an hour he's making. But, no, I just don't care about that. So did I watch it?
No.
Do I have any interest in it?
No.
I mean, Beyonce's boobie would be nice. We'd love to have that on our website.
Beyonce all over the place.
Although I want to tell you something. We had almost 500,000 hits on the website yesterday just with, the Hot Couples contest helped.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hallie's Berries, I think, was a big incentive. Plus, of course, the picture of Howard Dean, the human scream machine, doing his thing with Janet Jackson boobie. Oh, man. He is squeezing that thing so tight it's about to burst. Ain't he? Maybe that's why he's screaming so loud. You know, I don't know what to make of him.
Well,
he just,
She's got those pointy spikes on that brooch there, so when he wasn't ready for it.
Maybe he hurt himself. Yeah.
Squeezed down and...
Maybe he reached over there thinking he would grab a little nip and instead got a little clip.
Got a prick on his finger.
Why don't you ask Duff what I was talking to him about this morning again before you start making comments like that?
What were you talking to him about?
His date with the Beast. Anyway, I was just about to say something very important before you threw me way the hell off. Oh, about Howard Dean. I don't know what he's thinking about. Does anybody have any idea what this man... He keeps talking like a dead man, like Don Imus. I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, if he doesn't win in Wisconsin today, that doesn't make no difference. He's going to go on and he'll pick another state where he might have a chance. Yeah, he's waiting for Super Tuesday is what he said.
He's a little deluded.
He is just lost it. I think the minute he let out that geschrei, I think something popped in his forehead, and that was the end of him. He does look just like an older Joe Costello. You'll see. When Joe Costello, how old would you say Dean is? About 50?
All right.
They're about, give or take. When Joe Costello gets to be 50, I guarantee you, I'll be pushing up daisies. But you'll see.
All right. I'll mail you a picture.
Put a picture on my tombstone.
We're going to have a slot installed.
Now, here's the poll for today. I got just too much crap going, although we do want to take a lot of really good calls today. QM, hello. Not there. See, that's the best one so far. No, the guy with Creed, he was all right. How many weeks was he behind?
About 30, man.
A little bit slow, but better late than never. What does he mean? It's so hard to get through to me with screenless these days. What is that all about?
I don't know.
There are no lines ringing even right now. Even the nutcases aren't called in yet. They're waiting for the sign, for the signal, okay? I give them the high sign. It's that secret code that us, crazy people use. Here's the poll today. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 choices for you. And they're already voting on there. Oh, here's one of them. WQAM, hello.
Jamba?
I told you. Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore. Well, should I read the results we got so far? I better not.
Okay.
Well, whistle the tune. I want to see if I can find my glass. See, I knew exactly where they were when I went to take that late dump this morning, which I never do. I usually do a very good job the first time. But when I took that secondary, yes?
May I ask, Big Nips, we don't care about this fax. Stop sending it. It doesn't matter how many times you send it. I'm not going to send it.
What is it?
It's a 5-page fax of all of these emails that are going around about what the Democrats said before the war in support of Bush and the war to show how hypocritical.
Not interested.
Yeah, right.
Not interested, okay? This is a fun show. This is an See, what we do is we suck the audience in, if I can say that, with pictures of Hallie's Berries and Janet Jackson and stuff like that. And then we put a few interesting articles on there, too, in hopes that just by accident, they might fall across one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Devious dog, you.
Which is just the way we do it on the air. We play a lot of fart sounds, and then we figure, the jackasses that listen to the fart sound and sit and rub themselves silly listening to it, they might actually hear something and learn something at the same time. I guess I better do the break, and then we'll do the poll. I beg your pardon?
Huh? No, it's a subliminal message.
So how's Duff doing on that project he's working on?
Could you be more specific?
And what, is the Beast not with us? Is he ill? Is he ill, or is he got...
What you talking about?
I didn't hear him this morning. I heard Zach. That wasn't the Beast. That was Zach on there with Joe.
No, the Beast is present and accounted for.
Is he? Well, so in other words, Joe's got... How can Joe be in the room with those two at the same time? And then you throw Mo in there.
Absolutely.
Holy crap. Talk about a ton of fun. Man, oh man. Then all we need in there's the humper. Holy cow. And then if I come back to town, that building will sink into the ground of the foundation. 27 past 10, although we do like Build Me a Buttercup by the Foundations. You'll hear that at the top of each hour on Magic 102.7. Hey, if your weight is about like 302.7 and you want to lose some of that, sitting around watching Dr. Atkins' wife wringing her hands on Larry King, that will not help you lose the weight. Balance for Life can do it, though. If you've tried all the others, the low carb and the low this and the Dr. Stillman, if you've tried every diet under the sun, you're still a big tub of waddling crap like the Beast. We tried him on Balance for Life. He was doing great. He lost 50 pounds on it, and then he decided he's just a lazy slob, and he's happy being that way. On the other hand, Katrina's lost about 20 pounds, and I guarantee you, she's not going to go back to being the tub that she used to be, is she? No chance. Balance for Life, based on the Zone diet, they prepare fantastic, delicious, fresh food, nothing frozen, no preservatives, and they deliver a little black sack to your door every day. That's how this thing works. By 6 a.m., there it is. You reach outside the door. That's all the work you have to do. Inside the sack, 3 hormonally balanced gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks, even a 16-ounce bottle of water. It's all in there. And the weight pours off your ass like crazy. The reason being that there's enough food to keep you 5 feedings, for crying out loud, to keep you satisfied and full all day long. And it's delicious stuff too. Nothing prefab, like I said before. So if you want to really lose that weight, get with a real proven controlled weight loss, eat healthy lifestyle of Balance for Life. No shopping, no calorie counting, no carb counting. All you do is fill out the menu once a week. That's all the hard work you have to do. Call Balance for Life today and get yourself started. You'll see results in a matter of days. Call 954-568-3229. 954-568-3229, or check them out online at balanceforlife.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
In the basket.
It mixes it all up.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
It puts them both together.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
When the eyeball falls out,
It puts the lotion in the basket.
then it has to hose it down.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
It's what I have to get.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Need to rub it on my breast.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I have to dry clean my skin soon.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I said, Doctor, I switch my BP in my legs. I say, Doctor, I like to dance around this way. I said, Mommy, are the lambs quiet today? I said, Mommy, I want to look more like a woman.
My name is Buffalo Bill. It puts the lotion in the basket.
It makes it for my skin.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I hold my PP in.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
How much does it cost?
It puts the lotion in the basket. I've got my skin suit nipple necklace.
10:32 at 560 WQM. Happy Tuesday to you. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4. You got the big at 7. At what? At NFL Combine. Now, what the hell is that? I mean, I realize I'm supposed to know about those stupid golf tournaments and tennis tournaments. What the hell is NFL Combine? Josh.
That's where they, they test all everybody's like speed and agility for the NFL. All the tests,
To do what?
See how fast the guys are.
How about if they give the big mental test? How would that be?
Sounds good.
Only on QM would you hear somebody broadcasting from the NFL Combine. For a minute there, I thought it said the NFL Columbine. Eddie K at 10 and Joe and Mark overnight 2 to 5 in the morning. Then, of course, it's our good close personal buddy and his sidekick, Squeaky. Joe Rose 8 to 10 every morning. That's the lineup here on QM. Any interest?
No.
I didn't think so. Here's our poll today. Which of these applies to you? 9 choices. I guess I'll read them the way that they're coming down, right? Because otherwise it'll be pretty confusing. A lot of people voting already, 156 votes. I haven't even given the poll yet. I voted for Gore in 2000, and I'll vote for Kerry, 98. I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, 17, 10.8%. I'm too stupid to vote, 11. Stay home, please. I didn't vote in 2000, but probably some of those people voted for Buchanan. They're in Palm Beach County.
Ooh.
I'm too stupid to vote. You know what I mean?
Oi!
Old Jews for Buchanan. He's not on the ballot this time. But Alf Landon will be on there. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 10. Well, that's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Although we probably should have, I don't know. Shouldn't we have, narrowed that down a little bit, more specific?
Like what?
Like who they're going to vote for. That's the purpose of this poll today. I mean, it's not scientific, it's just for fun. I voted for Bush in 2000, but I'll vote for Kerry, 8. I voted for Nader, but this time Kerry, 6. Nader is going to run again, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We had that on the other day. I didn't mention it because it makes me puke. I mean, you talk about an ego, a frickin' ego. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 5. I really don't know why. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush, 1. And I'm not old enough to vote none. They better damn well be in school, especially after getting a busman's holiday yesterday, right?
Right.
Bunch of punks in school with their little pencils and papers and crap. Condoms. Spitballs. Drugs. Weapons, sharp weapons, knives, switchblades,
Sex.
Things like that. Priest, speaking of that, what'd you just say?
Huh? Nothing.
Priest in scandal dies, see? And we're not even getting to the survey about all the priests. About 4% of the priests already are out of the closet as far as being child molesters. We're not even talking about the ones who haven't been caught yet, or the ones, you know what I'm saying?
All of the rest?
All of the rest, like the other 95%.
Right.
WQM line 6, hello.
Jamba?
A Catholic priest was found dead 2 days after denying he sent a 1995 letter that accused his bishop of being part of a ring of homosexual Albany priests. I better read that again. A Catholic priest was found dead 2 days after denying that he sent a 1995 letter that accused his bishop of being part of a ring of homosexual Albany priests. The Reverend John Minkler, 57, was found dead Sunday in his home in suburban Watervliet. The death remains shrouded in mystery. Police won't say how or when Minkler died. Do you think that's connected with the Shroud of Turin?
Shrouded what?
The Shroud of Watervliet.
What's that look
He was
like?
very disturbed that his name was associated with the letter, and he wanted to assure me that he was not its author, Albany Bishop Hubbard said yesterday.
Hubble?
Minkler was ordained in 1972, had been chaplain of Stratton Veterans Medical Center in Albany for about 20 years. This is a tragedy no matter what are the circumstances, Hubbard said. A priest has died, and I have great sympathy for his family. They'll be very much in my prayers. A copy of the 1995 letter, supposedly sent to the Archdiocese of New York in Manhattan, surfaced following a press conference last week called by a lawyer who's represented several alleged victims of sex abuse by a priest. The Albany Diocese, in a statement issued yesterday, said Minkler was identified as the letter's author in a subsequent TV news report. The purported letter to the late John Cardinal O'Connor was denied by Minkler in a written statement, and no such letter was found in the files of the Archdiocese, according to the Albany statement. Hubbard also finds himself facing a new accusation. Last week, an upstate man said Hubbard had a sexual relationship with his brother, Thomas Zille, 30 years ago. Zille committed suicide in 1978. I just mentioned that in passing.
Coincidence.
See, that's another reason you don't have so many of these people coming forward right now to say, oh, I was molested by Father Hubbard or whatever the hell it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because a lot of those people have committed suicide or died.
Cardinals and bishops don't have people killed, Michael.
Oh, who's being naive now? Jorge. 187 votes. I think we need to, well, just leave it. There are too many choices on there already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, 11.2%. That's, you people really seriously need some help. You're hopeless. This is like preaching to the evangelist crowd. Gornish Telfin. There is nothing you can say or do, just like that story about the feces of the species, you know, the stuff, the 50,000-year, all these
Satan
things.
planted it. He put it
Let
there.
me say it again. If you believe the Bible, you have to believe that the world is 6,000 years old. Only a moron, only an imbecile, only an idiot would believe that. Only a fool
Satanic science
would admit to that. You know what really makes me sick? They're just showing out of the corner of my eye. I saw it. That A-Rod crap, you know. I don't want to get into sports, but why even bother? You know? I mean, all of these sports, hockey's going to miss a whole season next year because of this, and baseball they keep saying, oh, well, we're not going to continue this, the owners aren't going to keep doing it, and they keep doing it. Sure paid off for Texas, didn't it? Yeah, they finished last place every year that A-Rod played there. Now the Yankees are going to, it's just ludicrous. As George Steinbrenner just keeps writing the checks. He owns MSG, so he's got millions and millions and millions of revenue coming in the other owners don't have, plus his own millions and billions. And he's just a big, fat, pompous ass with that stupid-ass TV show that Donald Trump has got. Between the two of them, man, they make me just want to barf. Two birds of a feather, you know? How much do you need? How many billions
About 30, man.
do you need before your ego is fully satisfied? You just get out of our face. Get away from us all.
How many billions are there?
The George Steinbrenner and Donald Trumps and all of these people, at least Bill Gates, whom you hate, at least he's doing a hell of a lot for charity. I'm not saying that these other guys might not. What?
Yes, he is, I'll admit.
Yeah. I mean, he's an asshole and a twerp, and he just makes me sick to see him, but at least he's doing some good things. Ted Turner, there's another one.
Right.
Maybe one of the luckiest people on the face of the globe.
Got religion.
He got religion. He got rid of Jane Fonda. Stuck her over there with John Kerry in that phony picture we've been looking at. Huh? Yeah, nobody else will take her. Let's stick her over there under John Kerry. He looks kind of scary. Let's, probably Miss Fudge had something to do with that. It wouldn't surprise me. He's good at fudging, it's what I'm hearing. I wonder what he's finding on them underwear. You think there's any stains on there? Let us know what you find, Matt. Well, he's also good at finding stains. He's the stain inspector. You didn't know that, didn't you?
Since Jane, yeah, I knew that.
First it was the blue dress with a stain, and now he's looking on them undies, on them underpanties.
And stain rhymes with Jane Fonda.
Which of these applies to you, we're asking. We got 202 votes already, pretty damn quick. I voted for Gore in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry this time. 124. All right. I voted for Bush in 2000. Well, again, 23. Is George going to vote?
No.
Can George vote?
No.
Is George going to be deported soon?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't vote in 2000. Now, what about Josh? Do you vote?
No.
Why not? Are you under 18?
No.
No.
No. I see it as.
Do you have a voter registration card?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I kind of see it as who's ever in the office. It's really not going to change my life. So, you know.
You know, it's going to be interesting when you're wearing that nice outfit and you're going to be goose-stepping along, taking orders. You might be singing a different tune then, mister. Typical young punk, man. Oh, it doesn't make any difference to me. Not going to change my life. Right.
Already has.
Right. So that when they outlaw, in fact, when this show gets outlawed and you're out on the street with your thumb out.
Then we'll have to vote.
Yeah, then maybe you think about voting, getting a voter registration card, you putz. See, this is one thing in South Florida, unlike the rest of the country where the college campuses are starting to get like a little bit of a ripple effect. In fact, they're drinking it. Now, at UM, they're drinking Ripple. They can't afford nothing better than that. Mommy and Daddy took away their funny money. Can you imagine saying, I'm from the University of Miami? Can you imagine telling anybody that? They would laugh your ass right out of the room, no matter where you were. Anyway, getting back, I'm sorry, they will. 214 votes. I voted for Gore in 2000, but I'll vote for Kerry now, 130, sticking with the party. I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, damn it, 25. No matter what you say, you commie, pinko, fag, son of a bitch, atheist bastard, you. That's 11.6%. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 17, and that better include Josh real soon. Get your ass over there and register it. I'm too stupid to vote 14. I voted for Bush in 2000, but I'll vote for Kerry this time, 12. I voted for Nader, this time for Kerry. There's another 9. I voted in 2000, but won't this year, 6. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush, only 1. And I'm not old enough to vote none. They're in school. Got that?
Got it.
Looking pretty good. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to bet Josh and Greg Reed's life on it. I'm throwing a little bonus there today. I'll bet both those lives on it that Kerry just beats the crap out of Bush in Florida this time.
Yeah, I know he will.
Because not only will the dark votes be counted this time, but, man, they're multiplying like crazy just in case.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
An atheist, completely rooted in science, with no beliefs outside of what you can see with your own 2 eyes. Well then, chances are that the Old Testament didn't do it for you, and neither did the New one. So in the Lord's final attempt to bring your sorry ass around, check out the latest book from God, entitled Screw You Too, You Ungrateful Little Bastard. Start off in chapter 1 with, who do you think caused the flood that wiped out your house last week? Then move on to such later chapters as, step outside, I dare you. And drop to your knees and pray, or those hemorrhoids won't ever go away. It's Screw You Too, You Ungrateful Little Bastard. The latest release from God. It's better than the Book of Mormon, better than the Torah, and the Bible combined. Buy yours today.
Oh, God.
10:45 at 560. This fax has got a good point. It says, I think I voted for Gore, but who the hell knows? I'll vote for anyone against W, it says here. Yeah, that's a good point. Because in Florida, they do everything in their power to make sure that your vote don't count. Unless it's on the right side, the far right side of the ledger. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. I want to intersperse at least 1,500, maybe 3,000 calls today between now and 2 o'clock. Between all this important stuff.
Pepper them in there.
Pepper them in there. Play a little pepper. QAM, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty damn good.
Let me tell you something. You're ripping George Steinbrenner, and I agree that he is a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
Are you going to tell me something?
He's a 10-foot tall statue compared to Wayne Huizenga, who is the biggest piece of human crap to ever come out of an elephant's ass.
Maybe he's a Neanderthal. Did it ever dawn on you?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
He could fix a good deal for the Marlins at that stadium.
Yeah.
He won't.
There's only one problem with that. Nobody cares about the Marlins, see?
I can appreciate that.
Nobody cares.
But
this number of season tickets they've sold so far, you could stick in Wayne's ass and have room left over the Chinese army.
Every sports team down here, including the Heat, if you remembered, he tried to get his brother-in-law to scarf up that team a while back.
But nobody cares, don't you understand? Other than the Dolphins, nobody cares about sports in South Florida. It's all bullcrap. It's all phony baloney. It's just a plastic thing.
I agree, but I'm just saying.
So why worry about that? George Steinbrenner is an egotist of the worst kind. When he bought the Tampa, he had a horse running at Tampa Bay Downs one day. He fired the guy when they had the opening of the meeting before they even was doing something with the programs. Then he had one of his own horses running. He had them scrape the inside of the the inside of the track along the rail because his horse drew the rail, and the horse went down the road wire to wire and won. He's just an egotistical lunatic whose ego is so out of control that he makes me want to puke, and I'm going to tell you something. Have a nice day. I thought he was going to tell me something.
I thought he told you two things.
Oh. See, nobody cares about that stuff. It's like Miguel telling me about the NBA All-Star game. I mean, realize he was talking about Beyonce's boobie, which we do care about that because it's Boob Central now on this show. Boobs and dykes, that's where it's at. You know, I'm a little slow to learn. That's all people care about.
Yeah,
I mean, we should have learned from our good friend Tom Hopkins. He was right when he said,
America loves to watch boobs and butts and boinking.
That's it. That's all Josh cares about. That's why he's not going to go vote. He's not going to go register to vote. He's too busy getting laid. He don't have time for that. He's too busy looking on the internet for pornography. In fact, if he gets that computer, that's all he's going to be doing is going on every internet porn site that's ever been invented. We know that.
So what's your point?
I'm just saying, that's what living and breathing people are most concerned about. So all this other, well, I'm going to vote. You know, no, they're not. No, they're not. I mean, here's one of the great disgraces happened right there in front of people's faces in Florida. And what are they worried about? This guy, I mean, the guy's a good guy, this caller, even though he never told me nothing that he was going to tell me. But who cares about George Steinbrenner? I just mentioned that in passing because I saw Payrod on the TV out of the corner of my eye, and it makes me nauseous. Hey, how about $18 million a year, Payrod, you ass? Oh, I know he took a pay cut. Yeah, wow. Whoopie-doo. Makes me just want to barf. You'll see. Baseball, and they're just doing it like the slow, painful way. Look what a great team they got in Detroit. And Cleveland with that new stadium. Went down the toilet. Nobody's going there no more. It's just garbage. And if the Marlins should have an off-season, God forbid, if that should happen, which is a distinct possibility, you'll be able to have your own section at PP Park. And don't tell me it's in a crappy stadium in a crappy location, all the other excuses. It's just it's like the people that were taking the caps and the outfits back for refunds the day after the World Series parade. I thought that was a joke. It was a true story.
Yes.
Oh, can I get my money back for this? I don't really want it. I just want to have it for the parade. Can I get a refund? No. You asshole, you phony, ersatz human being, you piece of turd. Maybe they can investigate some of those people when they're checking out these feces of the species. You think?
Ought to.
I think they ought to check out the feces in Florida real quick. Oh. WQAM, hello.
Put Alan Funt on the list.
I think he's got a blow-up doll, Alan Funt, that guy, don't you?
Yeah, that's their
Well, Funt him. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how are you today?
Pretty good, sir.
Good. I want to actually ask you a hockey question.
Yeah, real quick, because we don't want to lose the audience.
All right. Neil.
Yeah.
How are the Leafs doing?
Leafs are in first place in their division, beat Pittsburgh 8-4 last night, 76 points. Thank you. Got to get Eddie, though, back, because, in fact, Helmqvist played in goal last night. Trevor Kidd blows. I told you that a long time ago. Trevor Kidd blows. But that's another story for another day, because we don't want to get hockey intensive. George is lining up some of them hockey shows with Rimmer. Oh, yeah. Right. Too bad they're on the road, though. The team is on the road. Lost in Carolina last night, 3-1. Empty netter there at the end by Rob Brindamore. Too bad. That was a must-win game. They lost, Panthers. No playoffs. They can keep changing coaches, bring in another cheap guy. You know, they should have brought in Larry Robinson, but that would have cost him some money, which Alan Cohen don't have no more, because he's just bleeding a sea of red ink there in South Florida. To go back to the guy who was going to tell me something, it's the same thing. Any real hockey fans there?
No.
Oh, maybe a few.
About 30, man.
That's it. Nobody else cares. Draft survey, 4,450 priests accused of child sex abuse.
Oh my God.
You people that keep subsidizing this insanity. Children accused more than 4,000 priests of sex abuse in the years between 1950 and 2002, according to a draft survey commissioned by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, who are finally getting around to trying to cover their ass, because ass is their middle name. The survey, to be released in its entirety February 27, 10 days from now, found that children made more than 11,000 allegations of sex abuse by priests. Now keep in mind, that's only people that came forward.
Right.
The 4,450 accused priests represent about 4% of the 110,000 priests who served during the 52 years covered by the study. That means 1 out of every 25 that we know of. And this was supposed to be a few isolated incidents? 4%! The report is based on a nationwide survey of church records compiled by the John Jay College of Criminal Justice for the conference. The Bishops' Conference commissioned the survey to get a better understanding of the scope of the crisis. Hey, Father, I better wash your mouth out with scope, okay, before you attend to your next altar boy?
Clear the deck.
Yeah. You know what they used to call Father Cushing in Boston.
No, I don't.
Old penis puss. Well, that was just because of the way he looked, like Joe Zagacki.
Okay.
CNN reviewed a draft copy of the survey. Officials said it might be slightly changed before it's released to see what they can cover up. I mean, more than half the accused priests had one allegation against them. 25% had had 2 or 3, and 13%, or 578 priests, had 4 to 9 allegations. 3% had 10 or more allegations. How's Father Gagan doing? Is he still dead?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank God.
The report said 6,700 of the 11,000 allegations were investigated and substantiated. Another 1,000 were unsubstantiated. The remaining 3,300 were not investigated because the priests involved were dead at the time the allegation was made. The director of SNAP, Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, said Monday, the survey's numbers are low. They're feeling mighty low, is what he said. Bishops have tried to hide this for years, so there's no reason to believe all of a sudden they would change their ways, David Clohessy said. The only prudent thing to do is to assume this is not the entire truth. This is a survey, not a report or investigation. The only prudent thing. Remember Patience and Prudence?
See.
You do?
No.
No, you don't. Tonight You Belong to Me by Patience and Prudence on Liberty Records, I believe. Something like that. I'll look it up. According to the survey, 78% of those abused were between the ages of 11 and 17, 16% 8 to 10 years old, and nearly 6% were 7 years old and younger. Fat! Fat! And in the meantime, what are they worried about? They're worried about crap. They're worried about caca. They're worried about goddamn, what's his name? Scott Peterson.
Caca.
Poop and crap. That's the media for you, man. The media could be doing so much to lead the public by the nose in the right direction, but instead they're leading them down a garden path of crap because that's the only way they can make money, they think, is by peddling crap. You know whose biography I saw again? I've seen it before on the biography channel.
I give up.
Edward R. Murrow.
Oh, man. Where's he today?
Well, he smoked a bit too many. Boy, you talk about guys that used to chain smoke on the air in those days? Wow, back in the day.
Where's his...
Wow. They showed some of the scenes from See It Now, and then he had that Puff other show, the Puff Piece interview show, which got much bigger ratings than See It Now because they had celebrities on there. They had the Kennedys and they had Bob Hope and those people, and that's what everybody wanted to see, celebrities way back then. This is not a new phenomenon. It's not like all of a sudden people became obsessed with celebrities and with gossip and, there were, long before there was Miss Fudge, there was Luella Parsons and Walter Windshield and them people.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been a problem with people, things that really they should care about. It's like with your buddy Josh sitting there right now who only cares about his next piece of ass. He don't give a crap about whether he's going to go register to vote. He doesn't care about that. He's worried about who's going to win a goddamn ball game. I mean, it doesn't make any difference which game it is. Some ball game, that's all. Like Clarence in there.
You should tell him the Republicans want to outlaw ass, which is good.
That's right. If you get Bush in there again, believe me, you'll never see any. That'll be the only Bush you'll get. But, hey, you do what you please, okay? You just kind of go along in oblivion and wake up one day and say, oh, how did this happen? How did they close down my favorite, porno store? All of these things, huh? They won't even have that curtain in the back of Blockbuster no more where you can go back there and get Debbie Does Alice. 303 votes on the poll. Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry, 180. 60% damn near. I voted for Bush in 2000. Will again, 35. 11.5%. Wow, George.
Yeah.
What? That's a far cry from the usual 17, 18%.
Just wait, they'll catch up.
I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 28. See, we should have found out which way they're leaning. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry this time, 18. I'm too stupid to vote 18. That's what Josh voted for. I voted for Nader this time, Kerry, 16. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 6. Why the hell not? We want to know. We're going to come to your house and drag your ass out only if you vote for Kerry, you idiots. I voted for Nader, but this time for Bush, 2. And I'm not old enough to vote the Big O. Aren't you surprised the Big O ain't old enough to vote?
Live and local.
He'll be at the NFL Combine,
Columbine.
Floridians, dumb as dirt.
Have inept election officials left you confused? Here is your guide to understanding how to cast your vote in Palm Beach County, Florida. Follow along with me to see just how easy it can be. Let's get started, shall we? Joining me here in the booth is Mr. Mermelstein. Who are you voting for?
Al Lieberman.
Yeah, I see. Now, read the butterfly ballot, starting with Bush Cheney in the left column, Buchanan, Chickelgruber, Mengele, Eichmann, and Goebbels in the right.
Where's Al Lieberman?
Over there.
This Goebbels guy.
Yes?
Is this the guy who makes my baby food?
No. Now simply punch a hole in the 1959 Univac key punch card.
Okay, where?
Over there. Here. Use this microscope.
Oh, there. Is that it?
No.
Okay, I'll punch again. Is this it?
No. That invalidates your vote.
All right, here, I'll punch again. And another
You do
one.
that again, I'll punch you.
One more for good measure.
Why, you... Doddering old Hebe. Remember, comrades, if you want to live in Florida, exercise your right to vote in accordance to the little brother.
It's 11:02 at 560. That last part of that bit reminds me of something happened at the movies there in not too long ago in Tamarack. But at any rate. I lied. I said 3 more American soldiers died in the last 24 hours. Make it 4 now.
I see.
Just a quick blurb on CNN, about a half a second. Roadside-bomb, another dead American soldier. They're just dying over there like crazy, like flies, and nobody cares no more. It's just sad, it's pathetic. But we gotta worry about important things like is Martha Stewart going to jail? Crap like that.
So is she?
I couldn't care. Let me give you a list of things that I don't ever want to hear about. Martha Stewart, Scott and Lacey Peterson, Mark Garagos, the NBA All-Star Game, George Steinbrenner, Payrod, the frickin' Yankees, all of those things. Baseball in general, etc.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to your priest friends.
My buddies.
Your buds. Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Los Angeles, the nation's biggest, released their detailed study yesterday on sex abuse of minors by its clergy since 1930, reporting among the highest number of claims against the U.S. diocese to date. 656, that's a nice number, 656. Those are the allegations from people who said they've been molested by 244 priests, which averages out to about 2.5. How do you molest half a kid? From the waist up or the waist down?
Waist down.
I see. By priests, deacons, religious brothers, seminarians, and one other person we don't know what that one other person was. Well, there you go. The LA Archdiocese acknowledged in its report that it's at the center of a tempest of blame and criticism over how it dealt with victims and accused priests. Bishop Mahoney has been targeted for pledging full disclosure of information about clergy misconduct, then fighting the release of some personnel files to a grand jury, including records of counseling for priests that the Archdiocese said were confidential under state law. In other words, kind of like Bush and his military records, you know? I'm going to give you everything, but no, not everything. Whatever I feel like. Oh, no, not that, and not this. By the way, among the victims, among those accused, this is great. One of the cover-up deals? Mm-hmm. Former priest Michael Baker, who remained in church work, even though he admitted molesting 2 boys and now faces more than 20 abuse claims, Cardinal Mahoney was far too lenient in permitting him to continue in the assignments, the report said, in the understatement of the century. Let me read that again. Former priest Michael Baker, who remained in the church work, even though he admitted, I can't even say it, I'm so tongue-tied, admitted molesting 2 boys and now faces more than 20 abuse claims. So they left him in there so he could abuse a bunch more kids. Then they said, he's a bad guy, let's get him out now. Just unconscionable, unbelievable that there could be so many stupid lemmings running around. Hail Mary, Holy Mother of God, bless her. And of course they're busy watching Mel Gibson and Passions right now too. I'd rather watch Passions with Sheridan and Luis and Miguel than the Passion of frickin' Christ, okay? At least there's some entertainment value there. I'd rather watch Edna Wallace any day of the week than watch Mel Gibson. Is he even in the movie?
I don't know. I think he might be Jesus.
No. He's Jesus? No, he's not Jesus. I've seen the Jesus.
I don't know.
Well, why not? You haven't seen it yet? You don't have your bootleg copy?
No.
You better get with it if you're going to be doing your homework, man. You better go out there and see The Passion of Jesus.
I'll put the call in now.
Because the Spirit of Christ compels you to get off your ass and go out and see it, or at least get a bootleg copy and watch it for free. Let's see. It says, sports, and all the sports people have no clue. Everybody... our sports experts like Mo, Geldy, and Joe giving the World Series to the Yankees. Who cares about the frickin' World Series, okay? P.S. Did you get my CD? 1969 classic of Tom Clay's What the World Really Needs. No, I didn't get that. Did we get that?
I didn't get anything.
Oh, we didn't get it. So send it again and quit telling me about the Yankees. Nobody cares. And those people who do care, we don't care about them. And in fact, I just want to tell you that right now. If you care about the Yankees, and I say this with all due apology to our close friend Joe Costello, who looks like a young Howard Dean, we don't care about you. Okay? We used to care about you, but now the Yankees just pissed me off. They put me over the edge. Let's see. Here's one that says that 5-page report of all the emails declaring the hypocritical has been... Oh, no.
I'll read it.
The 5-page report of all the emails declaring the hypocritical quotes of Democrats over the years has been read daily by Phil Hendry all last week.
Are you sure?
Oh, he seemed to take great joy in reading all those quotes. Finally, last Friday, Phil Hendry finally declared that he'll be voting for Bush. He has so lost it, but this is what happens when you sell your soul to the Bushmeister. How do you like that? He finally came out of the closet at Cheap Channel. The Bushman.
Okay.
Yeah. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and he said,
okay.
Boy, what a disgrace. Anyway, I'm not going to get started. Is it any surprise to us?
No, I absolutely want to puke.
Yeah. Look at this, Washington. President Bush pardoned a former mayor of Plano, Texas. How about Rick Plano, who drives out there on the West Coast?
Huh?
Bush pardoned a former mayor of Plano, Texas, who pleaded guilty to bank fraud in 1996, the Justice Department announced yesterday. David McCall Jr., no relation to Joe Marsh Jr., who is battling cancer, served 6 months in prison for his role in fraudulent loans at the Plano Savings and Loan Association, which failed in the mid-1980s. Officials in Plano, a suburb of Dallas, earlier this month renamed a downtown plaza in McCall's honor for his service as mayor from 56 to 60. Why do we care about this?
I don't know.
I don't either. Well, he's suffering from cancer. You got to feel sorry for him, right?
Sure.
You know, he may have been a little bit of a scumbag. At least he was no, what's his name, Tom DeLay. Here's the bulletin of the hour. Does anybody care about this? Singular Wireless said that they would buy AT&T wireless service for about $41 billion.
It was on the news.
But do we care about it?
Hey, I have Singular.
I have AT&T.
In a deal that would create the nation's biggest mobile phone company. How do you like that? It's going to be so big. Another monopoly, baby. There you go. Pretty soon there's going to be just a few companies in the whole world.
About 30, man.
And that's all we need. They're going to own every TV station, every radio station, every newspaper, every mobile phone, every cell phone, every permanent phone, every hard line, every soft line, every penis, every vagina. They're going to own everything. Every pop-up toaster, every Frigidaire. They're going to own it all. And if you don't, and of course if you try to call any of those 30 companies, you know what you're going to get, don't you?
What?
An automated series of choices, a menu.
Oh, that. Oh, I thought you were
a menu of 45,000 different choices.
Yeah.
Punch this, punch that, punch yourself silly, but don't expect to talk to a live human being living and breathing any time in the next 5 weeks.
Right, the telephonic maze.
Right.
Good luck.
That's what you're going to get. Pretty sad. Let's take a look at it. Now, I'm not going to, you're going to have to dissuade me from doing the contest thing. Let me just take a quick peek.
All right, take a peek at it.
No, I don't want to see, I'm only going to do that once a day. And then, of course, the deadline on the Hot Couples Contest is 1:55 p.m. this Friday. Whichever 3 couples have the top votes win the 1, 2, and 3 prizes. Oh, look at that. There's Monica and Broncott. I better not say. Okay, well, that's me. You know, as I'm scrolling down, you get tempted. You want to read this number, that number. It's not good. 2,400 even. You see, the Spirit of Christ compelled me to look at it right now because it's a nice even number. 2,400 votes. Isn't that impressive?
Impressive.
Huh? I'll guarantee you by the time we sit our asses down tomorrow morning at this time, there's going to be more than 3,000.
Impressive.
You think maybe 4,000?
Maybe.
Wouldn't surprise me if we get a lot of those a lot of those emotional votes.
No.
Oh, there's Scott Peterson, another person I don't want to see.
Found last April.
Yeah, good. Good for him. All right, so what's the deal? Are they actually going to show that movie on USA Network or not? Because I see the defense attorneys are having a nervous breakdown. Or not the defense attorneys, the,
everybody.
Everybody concerned.
Both
all of these
sides,
people.
And I think they're going to do it anyway, so to them.
On USA Network? With the pockmark-ridden Superman, Dean Cain.
Yeah, who does, man, they made him look exactly like
Now, is he kin to Steve Cain or Cain and Abel? That's what we're going to find out when you watch that movie. Is Cain able to do that movie and have it shown on USA when it's going to screw up the whole trial?
Cain
and then they'll have a mistrial and they'll blame it on Cain. And he better put back his Superman outfit from Lois and Steve or whatever his name was. Remember that?
No.
He had bad zits in that. And do you remember the TV series when he was Superman?
the
Lois
Craters.
and Clark, whatever the hell that thing was.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the name
Pits.
of it?
Yes, Zit Pits.
Oh, man. He had bad zits and she had big pits. Oh, speaking of big cajones, Kerry tops Bush in the very latest CBS poll. Registered voters now give a 5-point lead to any unnamed Democratic candidate over George W. Bush, 47 to 42. But here's the way it breaks down. If the election were held right now today, Kerry 48, Bush 43. Bush would defeat John Edwards 50 to 41 and Howard Dean 54 to 37. Hey, Howard, go away, Howard. Okay? What is it going to take? I mean, is somebody going to have to sit him down and go nuts with him or
We're
what?
going to South Carolina and Oklahoma
Stop.
and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
I really think he woke up one morning and looked at his wife. Yeah, no, for years he probably slept facing the other way, the other direction, facing the wall. And one morning he turned over one night in the middle of the night in his sleep and actually woke up facing that bitch. And that just put him off. Wouldn't that work for you?
Sure, it would do it.
Holy Jesus, taking a look at that bitch. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Boy, look at them phones flashing frantically. Must have hit a raw nerve. Or maybe they're just getting up now, our favorites. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yes, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Neil, I was wondering last night if you happened to catch Hardball with Chris Matthews.
Tim Mathewson? No, I saw Chris Matthews. I didn't see it.
Oh, it was incredible.
I was watching the Leafs beat Pittsburgh in a very sloppy game. I was watching hockey as usual.
I caught the tail end of it. He had a bunch of people on. One of them was the Bob Dornan, used to be a congressional
Robert
representative.
Dornan, a born-again right-wing lunatic maniac who got beat in California, thank God, in
fact,
Congress.
he asked for a recount, and they found out he lost by even more when he got beat. But
that
want
is
to hear
correct.
something great? They were, the subject was Bush's military record. And he asked him, about what he thought about how Bush was able to, get over, ahead of so many people, get in the National Guard and avoid, combat duty.
Yeah.
And then Bob Dorn proceeded to answer by presenting his military record.
But let me ask you this question. Why do we care about Robert Dornan, though? He's old news. He's old, rejected by everybody news.
But it was just so, but the funny thing about it was just so comical that,
I mean, if you were to call him a right-wing extremist, it would be an insult to all right-wing extremists all around the country. So just take two and call us in the morning. A little bit carried away, that guy. 11:13 at 560 WKN. Do you care about Robert Dornan?
Who?
Neither do I. Nobody cares about him no more. I care more about Bob Dole, because I like his pineapple, number one.
Yeah.
And he's got a big swollen penis, too, now.
And as it turns out, a sense of humor.
That's right. He's got a sense of humor. He doesn't take himself too seriously because he looks down at that bum hand and thinks, God, I'm going to be the president? Who the hell was I kidding?
Always bum hand.
Right. Hey, listen, we had Franklin Roosevelt in a wheelchair. You realize that nobody knew that he was in a wheelchair in those days?
I know, it was a big secret.
It was.
I know.
They used to prop him up, and he used to stand there, and there was a great speaker, FDR, and everybody thought, man, and of course, come to find out, he was in a wheelchair, he had polio. And they had the March of Dimes, and then, of course, they wanted to put Reagan's picture on the dime. Remember that a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I do.
And even Nancy Reagan was she said, just say
no
to those assholes, man. FDR started the March of Dimes to raise money for polio research. That's what the whole thing with with his picture on the dime was all about.
Mm-hmm.
And these fascist, right-wing lunatics, these assholes, these born-again lying sack of crap. Oh, let's put Ronnie Reagan on the dime. No, how about put him on like a $3 bill would be good.
Okay.
14 after 11, right on one side and Barney Fagg on the other side. And no matter who you're sleeping with. And how do you like the way that the anti-gay marriage people in San Francisco, they're all out there protesting. Get a life. Go find something else to worry about, okay? Something important to worry about. Christ. How the hell is it going to change their life?
Jesus Christ.
America's leading brand when it comes to mattresses is Sealy. The Sealy Posturepedic line is world famous for comfort and durability. If you really want rock bottom prices on the entire lineup of brand new Sealy Posturepedics every day, not just some phony one-time sale, then pick up that instrument and call 1-800-MATTRESS. That's the number for our good friends at Dial a Mattress. They carry the complete line of Sealy, and now they're even easier to care for than ever before because Sealy's new line of Posturepedics never have to be flipped or rotated, just like the Beast. They just set it up for you, then you'll enjoy years of comfort. Never flip or rotate that baby. These beds are constructed to provide optimal comfort on the sleeping surface and last for years. In fact, that's what Clarence says he enjoys best about the Beast. He never has to flip him or rotate him or turn him over. Just call 1-800-MATTRESS right now. Talk with an expert bedding consultant, and you'll enjoy the service ranked number one for overall customer satisfaction in the entire universe. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress continues to be ranked the best anywheres in customer satisfaction. So enjoy a great night's sleep tonight and for a long time to come with a brand new Sealy Posturepedic from Dial a Mattress. What are you waiting for? Do what I've been doing for years. George is doing it. Boca Brian is doing it. Miguel is doing it. And Fat Boy is trying to do it. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRESS, or online it's mattress.com.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
Yeah.
Way down south, past Hackensack, there's a town called Tamarack where you live on a cul-de-sac, and you bet you about the boy next door. They all drive for half a mile and they wear that Gucci smile and they stand in line a while waiting on the early bird. Leave Manhattan, the Bronx and Queens, Staten Island too. Leave the Brooklyn City, take the Toronto, and don't look back. Down the Jersey Turnpike to Tamarack, stroll the malls and the sidewalk sales from your hair. As you wrap your nails, tell your friends you're going to Bloomingdale's and they won't be far behind. The Bronx and Queens, Staten Island too. Leave the Brooklyn Sea, take the Toronto, and don't look back. Down the Jersey Turnpike to Tamarack, stroll the malls and the sidewalk sales from your hair. As you wrap your nails, tell your friends you're going to Bloomingdale's and they won't be far behind. Way down south, past Hackensack, there's a town called Tamarack where you live. On a cul-de-sac and Kvetch about the going next door. Way down south, past Hackensack, there's a town called Tamarack. Way down south, past Hackensack, there's a town called Tamarack. Way down south, past Hackensack, there's a town called Tamarack.
Will Chamberlain rate me?
Boy, I like the way that the trip cues either are in the middle of some of these bits or like when they're about over for 5 seconds. That's okay, because what's his name? Ain't doing them no more. 11:21 at 560 WQM. Here is interesting. Speaking of that, the reason I played that Will Chamberlain raped me thing was the James facts we got. James, of course, with a good old North Carolina story. You ought to be able to relate to this.
Yeah, if it's true.
It says, since you're talking about rape, what do you mean if it's true? You don't believe this?
It's like the Sally Fitz thing. Is it true? Is it not? It's funny either way.
Get out of here. Is it true? Man.
See, the rednecks I know don't use condoms when they rape dogs.
Sally was really pissed when Coca-Cola stopped putting in them bottles in the machines and started putting the cans in.
They fits.
Since you're talking about rape, says James, I thought you'd like a good old North Carolina story. My wife works at a veterinary clinic in Charlotte. The other day there was a boxer brought in that had been raped. I wonder if it was Mike Tyson. It said it had a swollen ass and had a condom in its
rectum.
Let me ask you, what kind of redneck Schmidt is that? I'm proud to say I'm not from North Carolina originally. Thought you would like to hear about that. We love hearing about it. Thank you, James.
Sure.
I think it was probably just another boxer done it. Yeah, it's just like that dog that committed suicide there that everybody's blaming, what's it, Jason Shambi on? Whatever the hell his name is, Williams. Everybody's blaming poor Boo Shambi on it. And it was the dog killed himself. It was a suicide. God damn it, he didn't kill no dog. You know, there's one word I have for the president, okay? Well, I have many words for him. Do you know what it is?
I give up.
Pathetic.
Oh, wow.
In their latest disagreement, the White House and the panel proving the 9/11 terrorist attacks are at odds over whether President Bush will meet with the entire panel or only a few members. Mr. Bush agreed Friday to meet privately with the Federal Commission reviewing the 9/11 attacks. The Commission today requested a private meeting with the President to discuss information relevant to the Commission's work. The President has agreed to the request, said White House Press Secretary Scott McClellan, who's a real nebbish. Commission members took that to mean Mr. Bush would meet with all of them, but as early as Saturday, the White House said, not so fast. Only the ones he likes. While details of the private sessions are still to be determined, the White House does not expect the President to meet with the entire Commission, an administration official told the Washington Post. A Commission spokesman told the Post that the request for a meeting with Mr. Bush came from the entire 9/11 panel. Richard Benveniste, a Democrat on the panel, told the newspaper it would be important for all the members of the Commission to have an opportunity to participate in an interview such as this. There is a significant difference in being present, seeing a witness in person, and having a chance to ask follow-up questions, and simply reading a transcript or a memo, Benveniste told the Post. Mr. Bush previously had said he would perhaps submit the questions from the panel, but wouldn't say whether he would testify publicly. Former President Bill Clinton and former Vice President Al Gore have indicated a willingness to provide private testimony about government missteps prior to the 2001 attacks. The White House on Friday said the President was not likely to testify publicly. No, because it would be probably too embarrassing. Mm-hmm. God, pathetic. And 12.5% of this audience said they voted for Bush the first time. They're going to do it again, just to piss us off.
Maybe those are the rich Christians in the audience.
Those good rich Christians, that's right, who are so much better than us anyway, but they're monitoring the show. Or maybe they like fart sounds, because they certainly don't do it themselves.
Well, they do, but
one thing about good Christians, man, they don't fart. Make no mistake about it. They never sit in their own pew. 423 votes. Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore in 2000, and I'll vote for Kerry this time. 257. You go, boys, girls. We don't have any women listening. I'm sorry. That's why we had no dykes on our hot couples contest. We had two gay guys, two gay couples, but no lesbians because we have no women listening. Well, that's the way it goes. They're busy listening to FM. They're listening to the coast and to life. I voted for Bush in 2000. Well, again, 54. That's 12.5%. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004. Look out, 42. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry, 24. I'm too stupid to vote 24. Now it's interesting. If you take the ones who said they voted for Bush in 2000 and vote for Kerry this time, that's 5.5%, and you add that to 12.5. What do you got? 18. See?
That's the percent.
There you go. But already 5.5% said not again. Now another 5.5%, including Josh, said I'm too stupid to vote 24. All I care about is my penis. I voted for Nader, but this time Kerry, 19. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 7. Well, you know something, probably just as well. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Babe Ruth.
Scientist.
What the hell has A-Rod got to do with Babe Ruth? Because he was traded for a lot of money? I mean, what is that? A-Rod couldn't lick Babe Ruth's ass. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush, 2, and I'm not old enough to vote 1. 430. How do you like that?
Just fine.
Bronx bombshell. They're making a big... He's still got 170... Oh, there's Steinbrenner. I'm going to throw up, okay? Dan, if you can't win with that lineup and that payroll, maybe we can just fix some of the games, George. You can we can make some bets with Pete Rose on the side.
All right, I'll get
fix
one of the bookies here.
Games.
One of the station bookies.
The whole deal is, well, we're going to win by 1 million games anyway, and the rest of the league might as well forfeit. So why even play the season? Somebody might get hurt, right?
Right.
So just to avoid injury, the rest of the American League will just lay out this year, and the Yankees can win 162 games. 162, and there you go. It's just a frickin' joke. Oh, Jews can now send email message to God. We're going to get into that when we come back.
Finally,
don't you want to send
God
email?
got a computer.
Even the Goyim want to send emails to God and say, what the hell have you left us with here? Good God. 27 past 11 at 560 WQAM.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
And we're back. Because we don't have an audio vault. You didn't get up to go pee.
Now, what would have happened if I'd have just gotten up and made a quick run to the tea room?
I'd have played a Jesus song.
Jesus Christ. What do you mean we don't have a audio vault? It just crashed moments ago?
Yes. So it just crashed.
And
the engineers... Is Bob DeMuth in the building?
Forget about Bob Vermouth, okay? Bob Vermouth couldn't fix a goddamn hangnail.
Not to fix it.
To break it. He could break a hangnail.
Exploring why it was broken.
In fact, he said
place.
he's really very nervous about his nails. When we were in Amsterdam that time, he kept looking at his fingernails.
Really?
And you know the way he looked at them? You know that thing about how guys look at their fingernails?
That's right. Hey, Josh, look at your fingernails.
Yeah.
All right. He's gay.
No. What I want Josh to do right now is hold up his hand.
Yeah. No, he did it. I just asked him.
Will you listen to me?
Okay.
Hold up his hand so George can see it, okay? Remember this deal about the index? No, forget about the fingernails.
Oh. Okay.
Anybody who works at QM, believe me, don't have no fingernails.
All right. He held up his hand.
Okay, look at his index finger.
All right. He's holding that up, too.
And look at the ring finger.
Okay.
Now, is the index finger considerably shorter than the other one?
No, they're about the same.
See, he's straight.
Right. And he also looked at his nails the straight way, like claw shape.
Well, there you go. George, who is still in question in his Hispanic community because they know he's Cuban.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the reason for all the doubts about you is because, number one, you're on the show with me, and number two, most importantly, is that you're Cuban.
Heavy burden.
But nevertheless. And then we got Josh, who finally, we got somebody straight as an arrow in there who just, like I said, only cares about getting laid his next piece of ass. And like I said, you won't be getting no more ass if Bush gets in again. Trust me, John Ashcroft will take care of that. That's why they call him Ashcroft.
Right now he only cares about his next commercial break.
Well, when are we going to do that now?
No, we don't know. Wait, what? One moment, please.
See, this is so pathetic. Everything here is working just fine, boys and girls. My equipment here in my Toronto studio works like magic. Everything works. See that?
Rub it in.
You can the farts from this machine, you can actually smell them and they're so good. Yeah. But not there, not at QAM where they got just infested. You know, Hank used to talk about the rat-infested, bug-infested place over there on Sheridan Street, that crap hole.
Ought to please you to know, not only do we have ants now, but we have gnats that fly right in your eye.
Nat Moore? Well, the Nat Moore Show follows Willie Williams.
Nat King Cole.
Yeah. Well, we got all kinds of crap running around. We got guys that are willing to come in there for free to test the air quality, to exterminate the bugs.
I'm going to call Steve. I'll take
a bunch of phonies like George to go and to a free meal and suck up to Greg on his surprise 50th birthday like they really care about him. And does he care about the people in that building? No, that's the only reason I'm still alive. Is because I don't have to be there every day. I was there for 2 weeks, sick as a dog for 3 weeks with the crap of the corporate crud. Hank has had it, Mo had it, the Mad Dog had it, you've had it. That's what Greg told me. You've had it.
I know. Still have it.
So what can I tell you? It's just really sad when you work for somebody who just doesn't care about the hired help. Well, he cares about some of the hired help, but that's another story. For after I retire, when I write my book. Oh, there's Colin Powell who said...
Stop the violence.
Okay. That's a good idea, Colin. Stop killing all them innocent people. And stop, sacrificing all them American soldiers for this crap. And stop lying, Colin, you sack of crap. He's talking about Haiti. You know the Haitians are revolting?
Yeah, they are. I knew that.
He says President Aristide was a fairly elected president of Haiti. Right. That and 40 cents will buy about a half a cup of coffee at the Rascal House next time Wes Clark comes to town, General.
So we got spot yet?
We might just go the rest of the day, no spots.
Somebody actually said that?
No, I'm just throwing that out there.
Just funny.
It's down in the whole building.
It's down in the whole building? Nice going there, George Corso and Bob Vermouth. I guarantee you Fix-It had nothing to do with this. He's the only engineer we got in the whole place now that Julio got screwed and got tossed out of there.
Don't forget Steph. He's a good guy.
Who?
Steph. He doesn't want you to talk about him, but he's a good guy.
I have no idea who that is. Have I ever met him?
I don't know.
And then, of course, Tree Crawford's a good guy, too, but he only works on the outside. He doesn't go in the building. He doesn't want to catch anything. He only goes out when the guys go on appearances and do remote stuff.
I don't think we're ready to play them yet, but nevertheless.
Well, so what does that mean you're not ready to play them? What are we going to do with them?
Like, we have to have
examine
a big
them and smell them and sniff them a little bit?
Make a big presentation of it.
I see. So let's make a drum roll and see if any spots come up when the drum roll ends, huh? Let's see.
Turn it back on?
Turn back on what?
Oh, I was asking Josh if you turned your pot back on.
No, he did not. Now, why do you do that to me? Every time that we play the audio vault from the other room, why is it that I can't hear it?
I just turned you off to stop the drum roll, that's it.
There was no more drum roll. The drum roll was over. Oh, you mean the second one?
Yeah.
Yes.
What you don't understand is I can't hear the spot. See, I say to him on the intercom, I can't hear anything, so it'd be nice if I could hear it by the time the break ends, and he never puts it back on.
See, I kind of can't hear you when you say that, so it...
Well, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Neil Rogers got it.
It's all over, baby, for all you swing kids. Ashcroft says that dancing's a sin. It's the rule of law, baby. Stop, you can't do the twist. Stop, it's the rule of law, baby. Stop, you can't do the twist. Oh, because John Ashcroft says that dancing's a sin. Stop.
There won't be no dancing, according to right John Ashcroft. If they catch you dancing, baby, they'll send you to a camp to work. Unless you're willing to take the chance, I wouldn't try it, I think I'll pass. Don't dance, don't dance. Don't do the mashed potato or Y2C2. Alright, Marshall Ashcroft is gonna bust you. Don't dance. Don't dance. We don't allow dancing here. You will cease to dance immediately if not sooner. Dance and go to hell. Dance and go to hell. The new attorney general says you'll go to hell. If you dance, you'll go to hell. Dance and go to hell. Dance and go to hell. The new attorney general says you'll go to hell. If you dance, you'll go to hell.
God has deemed dancing a sin, and snakes will rise above your head, and the Ooga Booga God of Doom will raise his mighty fist to claim the rule of law.
23 till noon at 5:60. We apologize for our technical incompetence, but it's QAM, and the audience ought to be getting pretty used to it by now.
Yes.
And we're pretty proud of it. It's one of the features of our show every day.
Nothing we could have done about that.
Jews can now send email message to God. How do you like that?
Oh, God.
Jerusalem, God is getting some email. Israel's Bezek telephone company started a new service yesterday allowing Jews to send email messages to God. Tradition holds that God will grant prayers placed between the massive stones of the Western Wall in Jerusalem. In the past, that meant the faithful had to travel in person to put their notes on the wall, but now all they have to do is log on and send it. And the phone company will deliver the messages to the wall. Right! Yeah. And pretty soon, God can email a miracle right to your home. Like if you have bad roids, just open up your
rectum,
and God will zap magic something. That's it. Right there, a little magic, he'll wave his wand.
Do you get a hard copy certificate when you get a miracle?
I don't know if it's hard or not.
Certify the miracle?
Bezek had already been accepting faxes for God, but decided to take a step further because more people have computers than fax machines. The company currently takes the fax notes, puts them in special envelopes, and takes them to the Vol twice a week. Most of the notes come from New York and Europe, but the company says it's received notes in Japanese, even one that came with a letter saying it had been smuggled out of Iran, which has no diplomatic ties with Israel. So some lunatic in Iran is wailing on it at the Wailing Wall.
Are they allowed?
I'll tell you one thing, we better hope that God invented the whole universe and the earth and man and all only 5,000 years ago, because we're not making too much progress.
No.
Technically, we're making big progress, you know?
Except
I'm sitting on my ass here in Toronto. It's a nice toasty about, what is the temperature?
About 30, man.
And it sounds like I'm sitting right there on somebody's lap, right on the right in that room, choking and gagging.
With gnats in your eyes.
That's right. That's another reason I'm delighted that I'm not there. I'm ecstatic.
And you know how
I'm pleased as punch.
Remember we were talking about spots before years ago when you get those floaters?
Yeah, I got one. Mine's still there.
I got a floater too, and I got my first floater, and you said I was going to die soon and everything. Well, you can't really differentiate right between a gnat and a floater right away, you know. So you don't know to wince and flinch.
Oh, I see. So in other words, you're not really sure if it's something floating in air, if you're going blind.
Until it actually flies right into your eye.
In fact, I don't even notice my floater anymore in my left eye until you just mentioned it. Now I see it like big as life again.
Floating around.
Because you went, oh, geez, maybe it's a gnat.
It's a cataract.
Maybe if I just poke myself in the eye with a real sharp object, I can kill it. 493 votes on our poll. Pretty impressive total. Something's going on here, you know what? Now that we got the boobies on our website, I think we finally got the audience that we've been looking for to get back for a long time.
Yeah,
the audience that Greg helped to chase away by putting us on 9-1, by screwing up the whole format of the radio station, then by titillating the audience there with Pharrell for a couple of months, and then firing his ass unceremoniously because he said crap too many times. 493 votes. Which of this applies to you? Which of these? Which of them? I voted for Gore in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry, 296. An even 60%. Oh! All right. They're going to vote, don't forget, 2 or 3 times to make sure. No more stealing Florida this time. God damn it. I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, 63, 12.7%. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 52. See, but we should have asked who they're voting for.
Right, well.
The people didn't vote the first time, right?
Yes.
Am I dumb or what? I know. I was spelled a Chappaquiddick with 3 Ds. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry, 28. Got that? 5.6%. I'm too stupid to vote 24, 4.8%. Good. Please stay home. I voted for Nader, but this time Kerry, 20. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 7. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush, 2. And I'm not old enough to vote one punk who's playing hooky or hockey. 18. Well, what is it now? I want to make sure before I take the break because I don't want
No, there's no being sure.
Well, no, you have. Well, let's give it a shot.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
QAM Laboratories, highly skilled engineers in white lab coats work feverishly with their clipboards to bring you
stereophonic sound. Living stereo.
Listen closely as a sound can travel as if by magic from speaker to speaker. Left speaker, right speaker.
Living stereo.
How can you listen to your favorite WQAM programs? Why, the Month's Quasar receiver, of course.
Simply ask to have a quality Muntz Quasar receiver installed in your car at any authorized Muntz or Dumont dealer.
It's 11:46, 14 till noon. We got our technical situation straightened away for now. Those are the operative words, for now. Now let me ask you this question, because I was just thinking about the people in the audience who don't have PCs.
Yeah.
And who can't see the hot couples on our contest. Now, the Internet Cafe thing, which in any real city anywhere in the world you go now, it's like every other block when you go into the downtown areas, there's another Internet Cafe. And you can go online for a very, very modest sum, and you can diddle around for a very long time, or a short time, as the case may be. What's the story in South Florida?
The library.
No, I'm serious. Is that a serious, honest answer?
That's a serious, honest answer. You can go to your public library, and there are public PCs with internet access. Don't you remember the big flap because people were looking up, birth control information or breast cancer information on the PCs in the library, and children were in the library?
They were looking at breasts in the library?
Yeah. So they wanted to shut that whole thing down, but the libraries won. So as far as I know, they're still there.
No, but I'm not talking about the library. I'm talking about internet cafes. Are you telling me that something that's so commonplace?
I'm sure there are, but I don't know where.
They've got to be all over the place. I mean, if not, then let's open about 10 of them up tomorrow and get out of this goddamn business.
Damn straight.
Who the hell are we kidding?
Let's go.
Amsterdam, there's an internet cafe like every half a block there's another one.
I know a few good spots right now. Let's go.
Okay. See ya, folks.
Call it Cyber World or something crazy like that.
Don't have to call them just Internet Cafe. Very boring. All you got to do is have a window where people can see, there's a bunch of computers in there. It's an Internet Cafe.
And
you go in and you put a couple of coins in a machine, and you get a little ticket out of there with a number on it, and you punch in that code, and whatever, and however.
Right.
And the interesting part of it is, I don't know how they work any place else, but in Amsterdam, probably the same everywhere. The rate you pay is depending on the time of the day. The peak usage time you pay a little bit more, and you get less time, and et cetera.
We'll sell memberships.
5670560, pound 560. If anybody wants to promote Internet Cafe on here, please do, because we got people out there who feel like they're not part of the whole world. If you don't have a computer nowadays, you might as well be dead, right?
Right.
I don't want anybody to feel bad, but if you don't have a computer, you're just SOL.
Better be Amish.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Uncle Neil is your favorite chronic cabbie. There's places all over. There's one in North Lauderdale called John Net, where the Jamaicans are.
See, what does George know, He's so sheltered.
I just passed Wilton Manors, very gay neighborhood. There's a bunch of internet cafes here. They're all over town.
Well, I'll be damned.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. The Gay Cafe. See, I told you. I mean, I realize that even as Neanderthal as South Florida is, there have to be internet cafes everywhere. This is where it's at. If your wife would let you out of the house once in a great while, you get into a lot of trouble. That's why she doesn't.
No comment.
So did you go see that movie yet, or what?
Which one?
The one you were telling me you wanted to go see.
Oh, Cold Mountain?
Cold Mountain.
No, I never did.
Well, maybe somebody in the audience could tell you whether you ought to go see it or not, because you know what great taste the audience has got. Huh?
I'd appreciate it.
Okay, George would appreciate it if anybody wants to tell him whether he should go see Cold Mountain or not, if it's ice cold or if it may be lukewarm or maybe really hot. Who's in it?
Jude Law.
Jude Law is great. Oh, it's a Western, that's right.
No, it's a
Civil
War.
Well, he's riding a horse.
It's Civil War. That ain't out west.
Let me say this to you.
If it's got a horse, it's a Western. If it's got a horse, it's a Western.
Aren't they riding horses?
Yeah.
It's a Western.
Okay.
Even if it was like in Atlanta? Maybe it was like in Western Atlanta.
The Cold Mountain they're talking about is in North Carolina, so I think it's an Eastern.
No, maybe it was in Western Carolina.
You're right. That's where the
Speaking of far west, gay marriage opponents are set for court. They're foaming at the mouth out there now. In fact, they were just showing a little while ago. State legislatures like in New Hampshire and everywhere, they're getting together real quick where they're passing all kinds of laws against gay marriages. We don't want that to happen here. And of course, there's one question that comes to mind.
Why?
Yeah, what difference does that make? How's it going to change anybody's life? The wedding march on City Hall produced marriage licenses in the hundreds, but gay and lesbian couples who took part may not even finish opening gifts before their nuptials are null and void.
Oh my God.
Opponents of Mayor Gavin Newsom's decision to defy state law and have marriage licenses issued to gay and lesbian couples were to have their day in court today. In fact, they're having their day in court right now, with hearings scheduled on the petitions of two groups. By last night, 2,340 same-sex couples had taken their vows at City Hall since the county clerk, under Newsom's directions, started issuing gender-neutral marriage licenses last Thursday. In fact, some of the people, if you look at them, they are, I think, gender-neutral, wouldn't you say? Why do they always show nothing but mincing fruits? It just makes me feel so squeamish, you know?
The news agencies do that to all ethnic or social groups.
Yeah, well, when we see a black person, it's Fat Albert, or it's Whoopi Goldberg. When you see a gay person, it's Charles Nelson Riley and Paul Lynde, you know?
Yeah.
Some screaming, flaming queen like James J. Bullock or Matt Drudge. Hundreds of couples aware their opportunity may be fleeting spent a rainy Monday in a 3-block long line outside this ornate building waiting for the historic chance to wed with the city's blessing. But the opponents, of course, are marching. They're having a nervous breakdown. Same-sex couples denied the right to marry face far greater harm than the petitioners here stated in the legal brief filed by the city on Monday. Most of the gay couples getting married at City Hall are from the Bay Area, but about 50 from other states, including New York, Georgia, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. It doesn't say nothing about Florida. I bet you there's some besides the Beast and Clarence wedding out there, huh? From Florida.
Gotta be.
Don't get sore about it, Beast.
Rectum.
I didn't hear him at all. Was he on this morning with Joe, or is he just laying out?
Beast?
Yeah.
No idea.
Because at the end of the show, all I heard was Zach.
Right.
So I guess the deal is he can only have one fat, huge, rotund guy on the show at a time. One guy that got screwed over by Mo at a time.
Absolutely. There's a weight limit in that studio if you didn't see the sign.
I see. Now what is this thing you just sent me? Controversial West Tigers winger John Hoopgate. Oh, this is an old story.
Oh,
this is old. We already had this on about the guy that pushed his ass up, the rugby player, his fingers up his ass. We already had that a long time ago.
Okay, I
probably not
somehow.
true, but even I had it a long time ago. Old news.
Okay.
Let's take about 4,000 calls between now and 2 because I can sense something big. Can you smell it?
Something.
WQM, hello. See, I told you. WQM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's the vacancy in the hotel tonight?
Vacancy in a hotel is moderate.
Hiya, Perry.
Yeah, uh-huh. Vacancy in your head is heavy duty. WQM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
¿Cómo se va?
What can I do for you, sir? Speak in English.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What's going on?
No speaking no frog.
I don't know, maybe you talked about it already. Option for your poll. I voted for Buchanan because I'm a dumb old Jew.
Oh! That's not bad.
And then vote for whoever this time.
Well, probably some of those people have already met their maker, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God forbid.
They're probably at Monticello meeting Marvin Maker right now. Okay, thanks, Pally. And John Gilmore. How many Gilmores does it take to be in the same race before you have doubts about the honesty and integrity of the race? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQM, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Wonder how Sandy Fisher's doing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes.
It's Woody Graber.
Woody, how you doing, Woody? An old Buffalo boy.
I was calling about George going to Coal Mountain.
Yeah.
I saw the movie, and it's worth it for Renee Zellweger. She's excellent. But the rest of the movie sucks.
Oh, thanks. I ain't going then.
No, Renee's great. She's worth the price of admission. She's great. But,
I mean, great to look
the
at,
movie
not
itself,
great as an acting. Is that what you're saying? He's not listening to a word I'm saying now?
No.
Go ahead, Woody. I'm listening.
Uh-huh. Anyway, but,
And by the way, Woody, quit wearing them white bowling socks, okay? People are starting to talk. You've been in Florida long enough. You can ditch that Buffalo crap, please.
Oh, all right. Can I keep the bowling shirt, though?
Hey, what's with the Sabres? I don't want to get hockey intensive.
Oh,
Let's see,
they're hot
8
now.
and 6 and 7 is 21 goals in 3 games. That's about a month's worth for them usually.
Usually, yeah, the Great Satan scored 4.
What the hell is that all about?
It's wonderful. It's just totally wonderful.
Well,
I've been
good luck
waiting.
to you.
I've been waiting all year for this to start happening.
Well, don't get too carried away.
Who'd they beat on Saturday?
We got a bad connection, Woody. See you around, eh?
Hey, take care. And George, go see Coal Mountain for Renee.
Okay. He's not going. You're not going, are you?
No.
He said the movie sucks. I mean,
Although,
Jude Law's a great actor. He's good.
Yeah.
He's on a horse, so it might be a Western. Well, look, if you only saw like a little preview of it and you see a guy on a horse, wouldn't you think it's a Western? How do I know it's a Civil War movie?
Every time.
And let me say it again. Civil War was a bad thing, not just because all them people died and there was all that hate involved and although we did wind up with the Emancipation Proclamation, so it wasn't totally good. But nevertheless, I mean, the idea, I'm thinking we ought to have the country split into like 4 segments, okay? Now listen to me. We ought to have a place for like living and breathing people, which I'm thinking would be like the Northeast, right?
All right.
Starting like...
No, you're right. It's got to be, but it's cold.
Forget about the weather, okay?
I've
The weather is, there's no such thing as a nasty day. It's only
Can we have the Northwest?
And maybe the
Seattle,
Northwest can be something too, and then like the South and the Southwest, and divided into 4 sections. The religious nuts can all go like out to Utah and out to Arizona, all of there, right?
Right.
Maybe we'll have to draw the line at California. Maybe that'll have to be a separate thing. But you know what I'm talking about, because
zone it out.
I hate to break the news to you religious nuts out there. The rest of us aren't interested in living according to your dictates, okay? The rest of you aren't, the whole rest of the country is not interested in your dictums, okay?
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Well, it be the 12 to 1 hour on WQAM.
Polling. Numbers aren't growing. Howard Dean is going just right. He had the lead and steadily his numbers now are dwindling. Could it be he has a Mia's wife? Supporters must be thinking, what was the doctor drinking? And he must have really bad eyesight.
Yes.
Oregon. Michigan. Howard Dean. Just right. Connecticut. New York. Howard Dean. Just right. Voting. Get those voters voting. Howard Dean is going just right. Edwards, Clark, and Kerry look better than who he married. Optometrist is what the doctor needs. The hopeful next First Lady should think twice before displaying her big foaming gums and horsey teeth. Pennsylvania. Ohio. Howard Dean. Just right. California. D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Howard Dean. Just right.
1201 at 560 WQR. Are you having a problem with the computer or not? With our page?
No.
Oh, there it is. It just came back up again. It's really slow. Huh?
I'm sure it's getting crowded in there.
Why is that?
We got hot couples. We got
Must be the hot couples thing. And, of course, we got Halle Berry's Janet Boobies. We got Halle's Berries. And you better catch... Now, what are we putting on there for tomorrow? Anything different?
You brought Jane Fonda up earlier.
You got a Jane Fonda one?
Yeah, big boobies.
All right.
Big topless.
Even those people who thought, she was in commie, pinko, all that other stuff, they still wanted to hop on her.
We'll tweak her boobs.
Okay. Yeah, give her a little tweak.
Pinch them.
In fact, each time you give her a little tweak, Geldy makes another squeak. 5670560, pound 560. So we're going to have that for tomorrow, Jane Fonda's boobies?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Now, is John Kerry going to be sitting next to her?
He's going to be sitting between them.
Oh, that would be great. We can have John Kerry's boobies right between, his head right between Jane Fonda's boobies.
He can wear them like a hat, like earmuffs.
Right. He can have like another wardrobe malfunction. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, let me tell you something. They have a cyber cafe in Sunny Isles, okay?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you another thing. The reason they don't have it in Miami...
Now, see, you're just imitating the guy that called before and said, let me tell you something. Now you're doing the same thing, see? See how it's catching?
Okay, well...
Don't say that again.
Oh, they have one in Sunny Isles. Hello?
Yeah.
You still there? The reason they don't have it in Miami is because there's a lot of smash and grab, and all the brothers and the Ricans will smash and take all the computers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, so that's why you don't see them too much down in Miami. Up in Broward.
I bet you there'll be a few in Sunrise because the people there are too feeble to do any smash and grab.
Yeah. Could you answer me
Only
a
the
question?
sweet and low.
Did, in San Francisco, when the... That is crazy. I saw it yesterday on the news with me and my family, and I was so happy. You know, these people look like they love it, but they were butt ugly, though, man.
They were butt ugly and a bunch
Those
of screaming
mofos
queens,
were
too.
ugly.
Yeah. Let's get some hot-looking people on there. Okay, pal.
But
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, Maricon. 5670560, pop 560 on the AT&T. They were extremely... I always told you I hated San Francisco. I can't stand that city. I mean, if you're going to go to a place where there's a lot of fags, I mean, go to Toronto or go to Cologne or go to Amsterdam. Don't go to San Francisco. They're all clones out there. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, send in the clones.
They all have the little mustache. It's like an outfit that you have to look a certain way.
Yeah,
Joe in South Miami says, please rip the crap out of the management of NBC6 for giving poor old Bob Weaver the shaft after 56 years. Didn't I do that?
Yes,
Didn't we do this big time? I'll be glad to do it again. 56 years, and Channel 6 screws over Bob Weaver. It says, typical consultant asshole management types to screw a great guy like Bob Weaver, which you're right, Joe. So much for doing your job and helping the community. I love Bob Meyer and Pam Giganti in the morning and Joe Rose, but the rest of those bastards can go to hell. They can drop dead at Channel 6. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I program Channel 6 off my TV in my house in South Florida. That's how pissed off I am about screwing over my good buddy Bob Weaver. And again, they wouldn't even let him say goodbye on the air. You people at Channel 6 are a bunch of grave robbers. We hate you like poison. We wish that most of you would die. Who should I leave out? Besides Joe Rose, of course, we need him bad. Who else?
I don't know. Anybody hot on that station?
Well, I don't know. What about Kelly Craig? We love Kelly.
She's a sweetheart.
All 400 pounds of her. We love Kelly. Lose an ounce, Kelly, please. So we went through this last week. We had the same thing. There were a couple of people that we like at Channel 6. Not too many. Rick says there's an internet cafe on South Beach. See, you're getting a learning experience here, mister.
Right.
Also, you can go to any Kinko's. They have computers hooked up to the internet you can rent. If you have a computer, any Borders has wireless internet access if you have the right adapter.
Yeah, so
thanks, Rick. There you go. I've covered all the bases there. If you have this, if you have that.
A lot of hotspots. I know about those.
I beg your pardon?
The hotspots where if you have a wireless laptop or something, you can go there and access the internet.
No, but I'm talking about people that just don't have anything.
Any computer at all, right.
They got just a little change to jingle in their pocket, but they want to get online. They want to see some boobies. They want to go vote on our poll. They want to go see some hot adult sites on there. Whatever they're looking for. They want to send some emails looking for a job, maybe a hand job, some kind of a job. Whatever they're looking for. They want to go online. Go to the internet cafe, baby. Just put a little change in that machine. I'm sure they all work the same, right?
Yeah. You know, it's getting to the point where if you can afford a disposable camera, you can afford a computer.
I understand that, but there are people out there who have other priorities, okay? Like maybe paying the rent, maybe buying a little bit of food, maybe buying their prescription drugs, things like that. All of these things. Huh?
They gotta get their priorities in order.
Oh, you know what? I haven't played in a long time. I always say it.
All of these things.
I like the way he says it better.
All of these things. All of these things. All of these things. All of these things. That's fine. All of these things. All of these things.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why I don't play that.
I don't know.
It just
one of those things.
Don't always cross my mind. Well, let's get about 4,000 calls in today. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. What's the problem with Howard Dean? That's our poll question, not on the internet site, but on our on the phone. What is Howard Dean's problem? Don't you think that most America wants to say, bye, 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 to Howard Dean?
Yeah.
Anybody named Howard?
Absolutely.
WQAM.
When I was voted, I was medicated.
Yeah, okay, we know. Oh, you know what? That is him.
It is him. And he's going to jail.
I told you that.
I know, I saved all his letters.
It's Crazy Ron.
The police reports are
See, you
still
didn't
in
believe
file.
me last week when we were getting a few other nutcases that day,
it
which
was,
how
in the
unusual
midst
was
of
that?
a rash.
I told you it was Crazy Ron. Remember Crazy Ron? That was him.
Yeah, we're getting your number again, Ron, and you're going to jail. You're going again.
Oh my God! Just what we needed was that turd burger back
Straight
again.
in the house, the cops.
Get yourself some help, Ron. Get yourself some new medication, baby, because the current one ain't doing the job. Now, what's wrong with right there on the steps? Oh, please don't tell me those are the challengers.
Get out about 50 tickets. If you could go down this way, you can see that the line still goes down around the block.
No, those are the people waiting to get married. Man, there was a very hot young guy. Huh?
God bless him.
Yeah, there was a hot, that guy, he looks almost human right there with a little, clone beard. I mean, no, seriously, there was, and look at those two dykes. I mean, you know, and even this reporter looks like he might float a little bit. They all look like, well, so who cares?
Look, there's
that one, Chinese kid.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese kid's gonna hop on that good-looking kid with a toque on. He's got his toque. Maybe he's from, Canada, eh? Now, if he's from Canada, he probably would have come here and done it.
Don't
worry. Able to be legally married. We've been wedded for 10 years.
He's been wet for 10 years.
And the wait will continue. We'll be together the rest of our lives, and this is just another day for us.
Yeah, what's it to you, all you idiots out there, all you religious nuts? Well, the Bible says. Yeah, the Bible says people ought to be slaves, too, okay? Do this to your slaves and do that to your slaves, and women belong in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. So, your mama. All these idiots, these religious crazy people. Leave everybody else alone. Stop it, a baloney. Clean up your own act, especially you Catholics out there with all your frickin' child molesting priests and worrying about altering boys. Shame on you. Pointing the finger. WQAM, hello. And that's another one of the deals. Is, well, you know, the church had the religious organizations have a right. The church or the synagogue. Well, fine, and screw them. This has nothing to do with the church or the synagogue or anybody's religion. It's a civil thing. It's a piece of paper, that's all. WQM, hello.
Yeah, Neil. First,
yes, sir.
First off, I'd like to just start off by saying I hate George like poison. But that's
Okay.
a separate issue. I'd like to make a proposal with Drew Michaels, please, for myself.
Yeah, okay. 5670560 sounds like a match made in heaven. Doesn't it sound good to you?
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Sounds like a winner to me.
He's an asshole.
Okay, well, just calm down now, Druzy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Don't forget to vote for our hot couples contest. I'm not going to look at it again for a while.
Don't look at it.
We had like 2,500 votes, something like that.
Let it
They're
heal up
pouring
a
in.
little.
I'll guarantee you by the time we sit down here tomorrow, something will happen. WQAM, hello. Not there. QAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like me.
Hey, Neil. First time caller, long time listener.
All right.
Hey, I wanted to throw something by you. I just saw a movie this weekend that might interest you. It's pretty good. I don't think it ever made it to the theater. It's called Wonderland
Never heard of it.
with Val Kilmer playing John Holmes.
Really?
Yeah, it's about the murders that happened on Wonderland Avenue.
Now, let me
he
ask
was
you,
implicated.
is Val Kilmer up to the job, or does he have to have a stunt penis like Marky
Mark
Mark?
Wahlberg? They never got to that. They never
Oh.
got to that.
Thank God.
Yeah, but it's a very excellent movie. I got it from Hollywood Video. I switched over from Lackluster Video.
Excellent. Good thinking.
Tore up that card. Okay, Neil, well, catch the movie. It's real good, and keep the good work up.
I'll go try to find it, and the movie too. Thanks, Pally.
Bye.
Wonderland with Val Kilmer. He's a pretty good actor.
Yes.
You don't like Val Kilmer?
I like Val Kilmer a lot.
He played in The Doors.
Right.
He didn't look like Jim Morrison to me, but nevertheless, he was also in a million things. Batman.
Yeah.
What else?
Heat. He was in a lot of movies.
Val Kilmer, pretty good.
Willow, I mean. Yeah.
But the question obviously is, like I said, is he up to the job with
Some
the John
of the movies
Holmes?
were even good.
John Holmes had to be one of the most grotesque human, and I use the word human loosely. Man, he was nasty.
Yeah.
In fact, when you think back to the early days of porno, and you think to the Harry Reams and
Ron Jeremy
and John Holmes and my God. And who I'm trying to think of some of the other names. There was Jamie Gillis.
Okay.
Wow. Woo! Right. And again, because most of the people that were watching that stuff were guys, and they didn't give a crap about what the guys looked like. They only cared about the hot chicks. Like Bambi Woods. I don't care what anybody says, okay? I know it's old and dates me and all that stuff. Bambi Woods was flawless, man.
Okay, I forgot what she looked like.
Wow, you better go out and get Debbie Does Del Rey immediately, if not sooner.
Okay, I think they have it in Kinescope.
And they made a big deal about Janet Jackson's boobie. Oh my God, the whole thing with football. They're selling the cheerleaders, they're selling sex, they're selling booze, man. Every other spot is another booze spot. And they're worried about horses farting and Janet Jackson's boobie parting. Come on.
Good thing they're not selling violence.
Oh, thank God for that. Wouldn't that be bad if they were out there banging the crap out of each other and guys are getting carried off the field in the stretchers with concussions and broken necks and all of these things. Oh, see, I did it again. Well, it's too difficult to do.
All of these things.
To do that every time. It requires about a little work. You have to lift it up a little bit. 12 minutes past noon at 5:60. And it's like Todd Dreck. He don't want to do too much work. In fact, he don't want to do any work. And believe you me, there's a guy that's really living up to his desires. He does nothing. You can't complain about the job Todd does because he isn't doing nothing, including for his clients. I think one of these days I'm going to call our friends at Fast Train and tell them, why don't you guys get a real agency and get a real AE, because he's just a piece of turd, man. He's just the worst. He makes my skin quiver, Todd Dreck. In fact, you know the guy that was examining the feces of the species?
Yeah.
He ought to check out Todd Dreck. Then he'll find out what it really looks like and smells like. Anyway, if your job really sucks, if you're not making a paycheck that's worth anything, here's the answer. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train and get you a brand new computer career and start having a big fat one and a paycheck too. In just 4 short months, Fast Train can help you get a new high-paying computer career. And don't forget, the demand for computer professionals continues growing like Topsy, like crazy. Who the hell was Topsy?
Who?
Remember Top Seat Part 2?
No.
Pick up the phone and call Fast Train toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. With 7 locations, there's bound to be a Fast Train campus nearby you. In fact, their campus is probably bigger than UM. Fast Train offers job placement, financial assistance for people who qualify. With day, night, weekend classes, there's no excuse, no more to stay in a crappy dead-end job working for peanuts for some schmuck who don't care about you. Like I said, in just 4 short months, you can really change your life and have a career, some skills, and a paycheck that goes with having it. Check them out on the web at fasttrain.com and then make that call once and for all. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. UAM.
Please. It's down again.
And just as that happened, my computer froze up, too. I think we're in suspended animation. I want to get people nervous.
Oh, my God.
Huh? How about another Jesus song? This is the Hee Haw Gospel Quartet.
The labor is so hard, and the workers are so tired, and our weary hearts are yearning for a rest.
All right.
And we find we're getting anxious to be in that happy land, where we'll receive such peace and happiness. Wait a little longer.
Ew, good.
Jesus Christ.
There are so many wandering out.
Jesus Christ.
A few more days to get our loved ones here.
You turd.
So let me ask you this question. Now, this Mel Gibson movie, Passion, this is in the theaters, right?
I don't
so
know.
Instead of going and seeing Cold Mountain or Cold Ass or whatever you're going to go see, how about going and seeing Passion?
No, I oughter.
How about somebody in this audience has seen it?
And the movie, too.
And call in and tell us about how the Jews killed Jesus and stuff like that.
Didn't you?
How Pontius put out his pilot.
Yeah.
In fact, Pontius used to have a Palm pilot. He was, I think, had the first one. 567.
Waiting for.
I did the live spot.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I care about. Did I do my part on my end?
Yes.
I did my end.
Yes.
And that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah, you did
the
your
rest
end.
is. I'm talking about QAM. I'm talking about on
the
that ass end. I'm talking about in that studio, in that place. All I can tell you, boys and girls, those of you who are expecting like a real radio show on a real radio station.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work.
Exactly. Same old tired crap. Well, can't you guys ever get that plate? No, we can't. Because it's bogus. It's ersatz. In addition to which, what has equipment got to do with sports? It has nothing to do with it, right?
Sports? No.
Don't forget, by the way, the Big O is going to be at the NFL Combine tonight, 7 to 10.
Right.
The Big O!
They do know about sports equipment.
I thought Combine was like kind of a tractor. Isn't it like a piece of farm equipment?
It's a combined piece of farming equipment that does a variety of things, but when you pull it behind the tractor, that's right.
So what they're going to do is they're going to chop up the Big in a Combine tonight and scatter pieces of them all over the guy. Probably take up 2 states, North and South Carolina. There's enough of him to go around. Just like James Wood at the end of Once Upon a Time in America. Remember that in the garbage truck?
Yeah.
And his zits were flying everywhere. Wow. I can just see, speaking of feces of the species, yeah, I'm having a problem. My computer is not, all kinds of stuff here going strange. Maybe we're under some kind of a computer.
And I agree with you. There's internet cafes in every corner, open 24 hours a day.
Sure.
We have them here. People weren't too pretty, but they were nice as can be. I enjoyed it. I was only there 3 days, and I'm dying to go back. And I went in the middle of January.
Now, did you check out the underground city there? Did you go underground?
Yeah, that it brings you up in the DKNY building where the subway leads you to it.
It's just unbelievable, man. There's a whole city underground in Montreal, and thank God, because the weather there just blows. I mean, it's just freezing there.
Yeah, but there's people all over the place. That's another thing. It gets down here to 60, and people bring out their fur coats.
Well, the people there are under 70, they start getting panicky.
Yeah, I mean, I got to smoke all the Cuban cigars I wanted to.
Right.
Oh, and another thing, we turned on the TV, and they had George Carlin on, uncensored, and my wife looks at me and goes, "What's going on?" And I go, "Welcome to civilization."
Right, amen.
You know, but you were right. You got to go up to Canada if you want to get out of this
I'll see you in Montreal, eh?
All righty, bye-bye.
See ya.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Okay, what?
We got spots.
We got spots. Yeah. And I'm not playing no drum roll because I want to hear the spots.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything, just
right now.
Spots.
Right here. Right. Why sure like that echo?
Gotta have it. All right.
The
The way I move around when I go through, I call the mambo movement number 2. On the toilet seat I swing and sway to the mambo beat, the radio plays. Knowing how to load and I'm all through. There's just one thing I got to do. A little bit of paper is all I need, so I can make my hiney nice and clean.
Rectum.
I don't have to push, I'm in control when I'm moving side to side on the toilet bowl. I never have to spray, it comes out whole. It looks a little like a Tootsie Roll. I sway to the left and sway to the right, from cheek to cheek, and I'll tell you why. Not only are you burning calories, but you never ever get a big red ring. That's why big fat guys who can use the exercise can have some fun when they do with the mambo movement number 2.
Hey, look at me, Alice. I'm doing the mambo. Hey, come on, do it. You look like a whale in heat. Get up and stop it. Get out.
Somebody ought to paint Joe Torre's bald spot before it's too late. 23 past noon at 560 WQAM. 642 votes on the poll. Is this amazing? It's not even 12:30 yet.
It's amazing.
Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore in 2000. I'm going to vote for Kerry at least once. 393 votes, 61.2%. I voted for Bush in 2000. I will again. 78. Only 12.1%, George.
Good.
Is that Payrod's wife there, that blonde?
Already.
Yes.
Powerful and
it is?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you like that? So those rumors about him and Derek Jeter may only be partially true. Let's see. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004. 63. I'm too stupid to vote. 37. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry. 36. 5.6%. Voted for Bush last time. Voting for Kerry this time. A-Rod says.
Good to be here.
I voted for Nader, but this time Kerry. 21. I voted in 2000, but not this year. Oh, look at that. Bunch of sourpusses. 9. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush 4. And I'm not old enough to vote 1. One punk who's laying out. So that's what we got so far. And, of course, to the Wisconsin voting is going on right now. Now, don't you think that, because Kerry's 20 points ahead in the polls, he's going to kick ass. It's unlikely that Dean's even going to come in second. Edwards is going to come in second. Now, don't you think, just if he has even the tiniest amount of class in his ass, don't you think it's time for Howard to say goodbye?
It's time. Now
time for Howard to say goodbye.
Absolutely.
What about Howard Dean?
To Howard and his kin.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'm calling for the Neil show.
Speaking, ma'am.
Neil Rogers?
Yes.
Oh, I'm listening on the radio. I can't.
Don't listen on the radio. You get very confused.
Okay, here we go.
And then you'll hear that dial tone on the phone.
One of the few girls that listen to you, you said that you don't have women.
We have no ladies.
Well, you do. I have a couple of friends that listen to your show. In fact, a girlfriend of mine told me about it.
How do you like that?
When I vote for the first one, where I voted for Gore and I'm voting for Kerry.
Only this time twice.
Exactly, to make sure,
this
right?
This time be sure. Now, you notice you paused there, but don't monkey around. This time you got to vote twice just to make sure.
I know. We do have to resuscitate the dead to go and vote.
That is correct.
Like they do in other places. And also, to George, wait till the movie comes out on video.
Okay.
I didn't think it was all that great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Congratulations, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll trust her.
Yeah, just to wait. I mean,
like
Woody
anymore.
Graber is so desperate. He's looking at, who was it he was all excited about in the movie?
Renee Zellweger. Yeah, Renee Zellweger. She
Renee
doesn't do
Zellweger?
a whole lot for me.
Well, Josh seems to hop right in there. He knows who that is.
He knows who it is. She's famous.
Never heard of her.
The girl in Jerry Maguire.
Never saw Jerry Maguire. Does Jerry Maguire seem like the kind of movie that I would watch?
No. Sports movie.
Oh, good God. It's enough to make me gag. Oh, that's right. It's a sports movie. Josh has to see that. It's his homework assignment. 27 past noon at 560 WQM. I'm sure that the other Josh probably takes it, maybe sits on his lap during the movie. Anorex Diabetic is a truly delicious meal replacement drink that happens to be made for people living with diabetes, but anybody who is tired of all that sugar, man, can drink it and enjoy it. Enterex Diabetic is sweetened with Splenda, which is made from sugar, but it sure ain't sugar, man. None of that calorie crap. So there's no aftertaste like you get with aspartame and saccharin either. Recommended by doctors and dietitians for people who can't sacrifice proper nutrition just because they're in a big fat-assed hurry. Enterex Diabetic is a completely balanced nutritional supplement that provides you with all the essential vitamins and minerals you need for a healthy life, plus fiber, antioxidants, yet it's low in saturated fat and low in cholesterol too. Enterex Diabetic is also gluten-free and lactose-free. It's an 8-ounce can with 237 calories to easily digest. Great nutrition. Try Enterex Diabetic once. You'll never go back to whatever you were drinking before. Pick it up. It's all over town now because more and more people are knocking out the door for it. Pick it up at Sedano's, Navarro's, Eckerd's, Publix, Walgreens, CVS, other local pharmacies, or if you'd like to try it for free, you can do that by making one easy call or going online. If you'd like a free 2-pack, 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate, just call 1-866-368-3739. Be sure and tell them that Neil sent you for the delicious one. Get an additional special gift just for having the cojones to mention my name. Or online if you'd like to order, enterexdiabetic.com. Click on free samples. Here's that toll-free number again for your free 2-pack, 1-866-368-3739.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
I'm gonna bang you in the butt, honey.
Okay.
I was depressed and feeling lonely until I found me a religious faith. He said to show how much I need her, I had to quote the Bible like a preacher. I'll get religious if you'll have sex with me and make like a phony holy born again. Born again girls are brainless wonders, recovering from abuse or heavy drugs. So there you go, tell her that you like her, even though you're a traitor and a liar. Then you're gonna spend some time in between her legs.
Oh my God.
Just like a phony, holy born again. If you wanna get your hand in her pants, just say you talk to Jesus today. I guarantee you that you're gonna get laid. Pray like you really believe. Oh, right now I'm getting faded, having all the sex I'm never gonna do. You oughta go to born again revival. You find a girl and start banging on her Bible. I know a way you get laid very easily. Hey, like a phony, holy born again. Made like a phony, holy born again. Made like a phony, holy born again.
Sweet Jesus, that's good. 12:33, 27:01 at 560 WQM. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4. In the studio, no less. 7 to 10 tonight, we got a big extravaganza, man. The big, at the NFL, Combine. Eddie K at 10, Joe and Mark overnight. I don't even like saying that, the NFL Combine. I feel like unclean saying that.
Say it proud. Combine.
Combine!
Yeah.
Combine this and combine that. What do you got? You got a bunch of crap. Oh, speaking of that, I guess now's a good time for this story. Gene injections in rats can double muscle strength and speed, researchers have found, raising concerns that the virtually undetectable technology could be used to illegally build super athletes. Make those steroids passé. The University of Pennsylvania researchers seeking ways to treat illness said studies in rats show muscle mass strength and endurance can be increased by injections of a gene-manipulated virus that goes to muscle tissue and causes a rapid growth of cells. The things we're developing with diseases in mind could one day be used for genetic enhancement of athletic performance, Lee Sweeney said yesterday at the national meeting of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, which of course means witchcraft and the devil. Sports officials said that gene therapy has the potential of betraying the very essence of sports athletes using their natural talents and training to compete. Tom Murray of the Hastings Center said it would be like allowing an athlete to compete in the Boston Marathon wearing rollerblades. Well, what's wrong with that? It'd be kind of fashionable.
Sure.
Performance-enhancing drugs have been a concern in sports, and gene therapy has the potential to, if Emerald will pardon us, kick it up a notch, said Murray. Boy, I hate Emerald, man, like poison. I can't stand him. Bam! Do you like Emerald?
Are you kidding me? Are you talking
He
to
has
me?
a restaurant there that I understand really sucks, too, as a matter of fact. What's the restaurant he's got in South Florida?
I don't know. Emerald's restaurant sucks.
No, seriously, I hear it really sucks. Anyway, Murray says it makes the challenges greater of controlling performance-enhancing measures. He has no doubt athletes will be in touch with Sweeney when they learn of his research. Sweeney said already that half the emails he receives are from athletes or sports trainers. How do you like that? Gene therapy looms as an even more serious threat than drugs for performance enhancement in the 60s, 80s, 90s, etc. How do you like that? So forget about Jose Canseco, forget about Barry Bonds, forget about little pansy steroids. We're going to talk about Bill Bixby.
Right.
The incredible bulk.
Genetic manipulation, baby.
Right. Oh, speaking of morons.
Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago?
No. Hell no. 56705. Oh, and speaking of that, you know what I'm starting to think of now? This is bad. During the break, I went and took a leak, which has nothing to do with this, but I just thought I would say that, just to piss off Michael Powell. I took a leak, Mr. Powell. Is that okay?
No.
Anyway, and I was thinking to myself, it's already the middle of February. It's even past the middle, because it's a short month.
Right.
And I'm starting to think about, July and August.
Like what? Vacation?
I'm talking about, forget about vacation. You know me, I have vacation like every couple of days. I'm talking about July and August when it's the old two-a-days. Some people think about two-and-alls. I think about two-a-days. 2-a-weeks.
See.
And of course, we know that you're going to be making the big bucks during those summer months in July and August. And we're going to be counting on you on your broad shoulders like last summer to lift those numbers back up again. So it's going to be you and Josh. So Josh better go into training. He better set aside some of that perversion and sports crap for a little while and go into training so the two of you can
Josh
ejaculate.
is just fine.
Okay. 5-6. He ain't no beaner boy, thank God.
Oh yeah.
I doubt that you'll find him face down on the floor anytime soon in that studio.
We'll see.
Unless, of course, he keeps breathing that good fresh air. 5670560, pound 560, or unless Pharrell comes back on the AT&T and Verizon line. Not too much action on the phone there. I was hoping we'd take 15,000 calls between now and 2, because that's our meat and potatoes, man. That's the bread and butter of the Neil Rogers Show, isn't it?
No.
That's what they tell me.
Bread and
Here's
butter.
our only call on Screamless, QAM.
Jamba?
And I knew it was him. How did I know it was line 6? I knew it.
Psychic vibrations.
See, I'm talking about 2 weeks. He's doing 3 a days. Too many. That's it on the phone, so I guess I'm going to go back to all my stuff here. 5670560. One last chance. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. We're going to make 1,000 votes on the poll again today. You know that?
Good.
During the show. 677. Well, like I said, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I can get a little bit carried away. We need to get to 800 by 1 o'clock to have a shot. We got a shot, baby, to break all records during the show. And that's again because of Hallie's Berries. Jane Fonda's Boobies tomorrow. And like I said, once in a while, just by accident, maybe some of these people as they're scanning and scouring, and then they go down and see Howard Dean with his hand over Janet's flap. And they'll say, oh, there's a story, there's a headline, and somebody will read it to them, you know. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Listen, you were wondering about Howard Dean. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
If you had a wife that looked like his, wouldn't you want any excuse to stay on the road?
Yeah, and when people kept asking in the beginning, how come he's got his wife hidden in the broom closet and we don't see her? I mean, now everybody knows.
Right, that's right. And one other thing on a different subject.
Yes, sir.
Whatever happened to Jessica Lynch? Don't hear about her no more.
She's busy with the miniseries and the movie.
Right, ever since she said she didn't want the government using her, all of a sudden they dropped her like a hot potato.
Exactly.
Take it easy, Neil.
Good luck to us, Pally. See you. 5670560. Maybe they're getting the Lynch mob. Pound 560 on the AT&T. So I was starting to say before, which I think is a really great idea. Dividing the country up into, and we desperately need it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, in fact, maybe we can even come up with different names of the parts of the country.
The zones?
The real zone, the Twilight Zone, which I think you're already in.
I want to
the evil zone.
Yeah.
And the God Squad zone would be good.
I think the Northwest region, for all us horny buggers, we're going to call that the O-zone.
The zone.
Right.
Maybe you go out to Vancouver, right? Maybe we can include that in there.
That's right.
I don't really have no desire to go to Vancouver. It's very scenic. It's very pretty. It's the kind of place, it's nice to look at on a picture postcard. You know, oh, that's beautiful, okay?
Go do a spy report.
No. I'll go back to Montreal like that other guy said. I'll go underground. Maybe the good-looking people are all hiding underground.
You just take the crane right across.
WQAM, hello.
Sí, yo te oigo.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah,
Speak to me, sir. Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Neil,
How you doing, buddy?
Okay, Pally.
Hey, listen, I've been watching the CNN news now with the new gay things, actually. People,
The gay thing?
well, yeah, the gay that they get married up there.
Yeah.
It really grows me out and I'm a liberal guy, man.
Yeah. Sound like it. Liberal Cuban guy.
I am. I have nothing against gay people, but, seeing that on TV, I don't think it's appropriate.
Well, turn on the Comedy Channel, okay? Yeah, it's not appropriate to see them fags get married on TV. That's bad, especially the ones kissing on the lips. And I would tend to agree with them, those clones. Didn't I say that to you this morning before the show?
Yes.
I don't want to see a bunch of silly-ass clones. They don't represent me. I mean, that's what they are. Okay, fine, although they could do a little work on a mustache and a haircut. But, oh man, with the open mouth kissing and the tongues and the squeezing of the crotch, just tone it down a little bit, okay? Don't go overboard. Don't get too carried away. But it is San Francisco, alright? So they're used to it. 19-1. How many straight people are there in San Francisco?
About 30, man.
Hey, if your carpets look about 30 years old, here's the answer for you. Don't go out and spend a ton of money getting new carpet because it costs you an arm and a leg. Call my good friends at Dry Concepts. And you wouldn't even think about calling anybody else if you got a brain, because they are simply the best in the business at bringing the deadest, most hopeless-looking carpets back to life. When they get done dry cleaning your carpets, which is exactly what they do, your carpets look brand new, they smell lemony fresh, they're dry in a couple of hours, and it's just like you had brand new laid right there on your floor. They're vibrant in color, soft to the touch, they last longer and stay clean longer as well. So don't go open up the yellow pages and play Russian roulette with your expensive carpeting. Trust it to our good friends at Dry Concepts. They give you a written, guaranteed price up front before they start the job. No scams, no rip-offs, no games. In fact, you can save even more when you call Dry Concepts. Tell them to put you on their standby list, which can save you an extra 15% on your next carpet cleaning. Call them today. I've been using them in my homes for over 20 years. They'll never let you down. Call 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or log on to their website at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
WQAM.
And now, a word from Howard Dean's wife.
Hi, hello there. I'm Dr. Judith Steinberg, wife of presidential candidate Howard Dean. You can call me Judy, not Judge Judy. That's a different miscut. People want to know why I'm hardly ever on campaign trail with Howie. Hey, did you get a good look at me in Iowa? I scared the crap out of myself. I make Frau Verbissen and look like a Shayna Poonam. Stop me if I'm bombarding you with too much Yiddish, huh? Anyway, Howie says after I showed up, his numbers drop it. Know what I say? That's a bunch of mishigas. For those of you who don't capiche the Yiddish, that means crap. Howie's a good guy, though he's what you might call a loose cannon. He's got a pretty bad temper on him. I remember one time, one of our kids left a cap off of the toothpaste. I thought he was going to blow a gasket. The veins popped out in his head, and that white spit strings were going in the corners of his mouth. He went Meshuggah. I spent 23 years with this Shagets. Most of the time he's a mensch, but on occasion, I hate him. I think my husband Howie would make for a very good president. One of the things I'm a little PO'd about is that Howie doesn't let us have a TV. I want to watch Sex in the City, I got to schlep down to campaign headquarters or to the Kroger's to watch on some tiny black and white set. I have never seen any program in color, so I'm no Jackie Kennedy. Hell, if you look at me, I'm no Ted Kennedy. I don't wear makeup. I'm like a whisker away from being Amish. Don't expect to see much more of me during the campaign. The only reason I'm addressing you today is because I was able to chew through my restraints. Anyway, Gazak gesund. That's Yiddish for Dr. Judith Steinberg. Over and out.
Paid for by the committee to elect John Kerry president.
1247 at 560 WQM. There is a God.
Oh, God.
Remember I was talking last week about Larry Flint and the story about the Bush paid for abortion in Texas?
No, don't tell me it's back.
New York Daily News in their Daily Dish column, it says activist rocker Moby raised Republican hackles last week when he advised President Bush's enemies to engage in political mischief. Moby told my fellow gossips, Rush and Malloy, for example, you can go to all the pro-life chat rooms and say you're an outraged right-wing voter and that you know that George Bush drove an ex-girlfriend to an abortion clinic and paid for her to get an abortion. Now the incorrigible Larry Flint says he plans to market a Bush abortion story as genuine in a book to be published this summer by Kensington Press. This story has got to come out, the wheelchair-bound Hustler magazine told the Daily News' Corky Semenko. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the White House about this whole abortion issue. Flint claimed that Bush arranged for the procedure in the early 70s. I've talked to the woman's friends, Flint said. I've tracked down the doctor who did the abortion. I tracked down the Bush people who arranged for the abortion. I got the story nailed, he said. Is this incredible or what?
That's incredible.
Answering my prayers.
But
Flint wouldn't disclose whether he plans to name the woman. And you remember Ed Gillespie last week, the Republican National Chairman? Oh, there's going to be a story that they're going to be smearing us with this story, an abortion story.
Yeah.
Right, because it's true. Because we heard about it 4 years ago, but not quite in time.
That was another lifetime ago before I found Jesus.
Nice going, Larry Flint. You go, boy. Not too fast, though. Slow that chair down. 5670560. Here's another good fax from Sergio, who says, how come our commander-in-chief at the Yahoo Daytona is time to do that for a photo op, but he's too busy to make it to any of the 532 different funerals from our soldiers in Iraq? Excellent point as usual, Sergio. You go. Right. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, Pally?
Speak to Neil, please.
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Yeah. Okay.
That was a shocker. Let me say this. This country, every day I live in it, and all the things I hear, it makes me envy you when I hear you talking from Toronto.
Yeah.
Because when I hear the polls regarding people against, gay marriage, who gives a flying crap
Exactly. What difference does it
an
make?
individual decides to do? You know?
We got American kids dying every day in Iraq in a war being fought that was started based on lies, and these people are worried about whether gay people are going to have a piece of paper that says that they're legally married. Who the hell gives a crap?
Are these people screwed in the head or what?
Yes.
I also just saw the movie for the first time, Bowling for Columbine.
Right.
And you hear about the countries that have deaths by gun every year. And you hear about Japan, 39, Canada, maybe 150, England, 89, Australia, 67.
Right.
And we got 11,127. If they would put the priorities in order in this country, maybe we could survive another year or two. You know?
Good luck to you, pal.
Pray for us all. Bye-bye.
I'll see you at the border. All right. See you at the old Peace Bridge. Peace on it. 5670560. We're not going to make 1,000 votes now. They slow right down.
Oh, come on.
Crawl. Well, they're just not that motivated. It's not one of those big deals. It only has to do with the election. 716. Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore, 720. Voted for Gore in 2000. I'm going to vote for Kerry this time. 60.8%, 438. I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, 87, 12%. Don't confuse me with the facts. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 74. I voted for Bush in 2000, and I'll vote for Kerry now, 42, almost 6%. I'm too stupid to vote, 41. I voted for Nader, but this time for Kerry, 24. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 9. I voted for Nader, but this time Bush, 4. I'm not old enough to vote that one punk. And don't forget, Nader is going to run again, not on the Green Party, but on the Desperate Party, on the Ego Party.
There you go.
What is wrong with you, Mr. Nader? Oh, and now I tried printing something out before about 5 times and it wouldn't print. Now all of a sudden it decided, okay, now's the time to print. You ever do that?
All the time.
Oh my God, just pages and pages. Well, oh gee, I just tore it up again. It's that thing about Larry Flynn. Republican National Committee Chairman Ed Gillespie, who in a speech last week accused Kerry campaign supporters, not just Moby, of hatching internet chat room scheme, was unavailable for comment on Flynn's charges, but they already tried to nip that one in the bud by talking about it. Oh yeah, they're going to come up with this cockamamie rumor about how the president got a woman pregnant and paid for her abortion and drove her to the abortion clinic. It's true. Or at least so that's what Larry Flynn told us back in 2000, in the fall of 2000, right before the election. If we'd had about another 2 weeks, just another couple of weeks, could have laid that right out there for America to see, and maybe they wouldn't have been able to steal the election. Speaking of violence, Dutch Hell's Angels found shot dead in the stream, in the old yellow stream. Dutch police have launched a murder investigation after discovering the bullet-riddled bodies of 3 Hell's Angels in a stream in the southern Netherlands. How do you like that? Nederlands. The bodies of the members of the Nomads Hell's Angels Club in Orsbeek near Maastricht were retrieved from a stream at Echt in Limburg province on Friday after they went missing from their clubhouse on Wednesday. All 3 have been shot several times, police said, just to make sure. One of the victims, named yesterday as Paul de Vries, 54, was president of the Nomads, one of several Dutch clubs. Another victim in his 30s was planning to marry de Vries' daughter. The bikers are to be buried tomorrow in the southern city of Sittard, with Hell's Angels from all across Europe expected to attend. What is that all about? Can you please explain that to me?
Explain what?
The Nomads website with the Hell's Angels. The Nomads website was offline yesterday, but dozens of messages of condolence have been submitted to the websites of other Dutch Hell's Angels clubs. Limburg police said there was no indication they had died as a result of gang warfare, but admitted that a motive hadn't been identified. No revenge actions were expected, and police have not increased surveillance of the Hells Angels group at this time. Despite this, German police are monitoring 2 clubhouses in Viersen and Villach, according to the ANP news agency. It's not the first time Hells Angels have died violently in Netherlands. A well-known member of the club, Sam Schlepper, was gunned down in 2000 in a killing which triggered violence between rival gangs. There we go again with the Bloods and the Crips and the East Coast rappers and the West Coast rappers.
Yeah.
Several Hells Angels were also shot dead in a brothel just outside Amsterdam, and others arrested for firearms offenses. The Hells Angels, also popular in Germany and Scandinavia, were founded in the U.S. in 1948. Members ride powerful motorcycles and sport a skull logo on their leather jackets. The organization has an estimated 2,500 members around the world, including Jazz McKay, I'm sure. Its main Dutch branch in Amsterdam refused to comment yesterday, and the Nomads Clubhouse in Oirsbeek was reported to be surrounded by men armed with clubs and bats. Just to be sure, just to be on the safe side, although clubs and bats, quite frankly, don't combat those bullets too well. It's hard to combat bullets with a bat. Know what I'm saying?
You have to be a really good hitter.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Howard Dean, to say goodbye. Come on, let's hear it. What's wrong with this man, beside the ugly wife? WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, I wanted to call you. Did you hear about the woman that got arrested in Texas?
You mean the porno shop?
Yeah.
For selling a dildo, yeah.
Can you believe that?
Sure. Texas,
Just because
man.
of what she called it?
Right.
And told people what to use it for? I mean, if you own a business and you're selling a product, aren't you supposed to tell people what it's for and how to use it?
She should have just told him it's an ornament to have around the house. Stick it in the drawer and keep it handy.
You know, I'm sure George knows about this also. Just like when you go into a smoke shop, it's not a bong, it's a water pipe.
Water pipe, sir.
Right.
Hey, can you play me some Mickey and Eisner?
Okay.
Thanks, Pally.
You got it, man. And
All
by
right.
the way, Disney said no to Comcast.
Good.
Well, I mean, no. They said no so far, but then they said just up the ante, and then we'll say yes.
It'll
up
happen.
the ante. Just give me a little more cash, and we'll say okay.
It's not a matter of if.
It's just a question of when. Just like when Rimmer has the next hockey show on this station
this summer.
You know who's going to be the first one out?
Eisner?
Yeah, he'll be gone. They've been trying to unload his ass anyway. Now that Comcast will buy it up,
Eisner?
he'll be gone. See, the thing, I don't feel too sorry for those people because a lot of these guys have been making millions and millions. If they don't, stash a little bit of away under the mattress somewhere, tough titty, right?
Right, please.
Like poor Payrod, let's take up a collection for him. Poor, he's got to take a little bit of a pay decrease there to go play for the Yankees, and they're making a big song and dance about. They should take baseball and ban it. Baseball should be banned, you know. The Marlins won the World Series. That's probably never going to happen again. They won it twice in just 6 years. That's it. Now, get rid of it. Say goodbye to it. For these crazy, insane salaries. Mike Pizza, that screamer, he's getting like $13 million a year, or was, what's that all about? Can you tell me?
No.
Mass madness, lunacy, and most of these places, in fact, what they can do is nobody show up in any of the other stadiums, just in Yankee Stadium. They can just pack the joint. They can be packing it every night. 12:57. Now, you think we got a shot at 1,000? No, we got 7, huh?
Yes.
We do?
Yes.
We got 750, which means we need 250 votes in that big 1 to 2 hour. We got to put on the big push.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Not just the 1 to 2 hour, it's a phenomenon!
Darn it, I told you, don't bother me while I'm in here.
Eisner!
Hello?
It's Mickey Mouse!
Oh, Mr. Mouse, good morning. How are you?
What the hell are you doing to me?
Nothing, sir.
You're freaking killing me!
No, I'm not.
I got David Kelly calling me every 3 minutes! Why did we move the practice?
Sir, you told me to move the practice.
I didn't tell you anything. You must have misunderstood me.
No, sir, you said move the practice to Monday.
Hey, listen, buttwipe. I'm the boss. I make the decisions, you take the heat.
Right.
You move the practice.
Okay.
How we doing with it anyway?
Oh, my.
Hold on.
What?
Remus!
Yeah, boss.
Shut the hell up! I'm on the phone, Remus! Eisner!
Yes, sir. What was your question?
I'm telling you, I'm going crazy over here. Between David Kelly and now Michael Jackson calling me every 3 minutes, I'm gonna go out of my freaking mind. Hold on. What's this in my hand, Remus?
That's your penis, boss.
My other hand, Remus.
Oh, that's a phone, boss.
Right, I can't hear anything, Remus. Stop sawing the floor.
Sorry.
Sir, the moves are working out very well. The practice is fourth in its time slot and moving
Fourth
up.
in its time slot? Christ, are we even beating the WB?
Barely.
Oh, my
And
God.
the Michael Jackson thing was a rating success.
Of course. Hold on a second. Remus!
Yes, the boss.
What the hell are you doing with a harmonica,
Just
Remus?
playing a little song for
Well,
you.
don't play it, Remus! I'll jam that thing down your throat! And get that bluebird away from me!
Oh, come on, Bluebird.
I'm allergic! Eisner.
Sir, over 25 million people saw
Shut up, Eisner. Listen.
Yeah.
You see me, what I'm doing here?
Sir, you're on the phone.
I know I'm on the phone. Do you see what I'm doing? Use your imagination for crying out loud. I'm moving my hands up and down, side to side. I'm the puppet master. I say it, you do it. Now Fox is going to air all the stuff that you cut out of the Michael Jackson interview.
But sir, you told me to edit out all that stuff to make him look like a freak.
Puppet master, me. Idiot. Oh. Remus!
Yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing now?
Fixing the floor, boss.
There's nothing wrong with the floor, Remus. What's this in my ear?
That's your penis, boss.
My other ear, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
That's the phone, Remus. Get out.
Come on, Bluebird.
Get out. Eisner?
Yes, sir.
Killing me. Killing me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Killing me.
Sorry.
Killing me softly.
104 at 560 WQM. We got the Mad Dog coming at 2, the Humper at 4, and then the Big O at place. 769. See, we're not going to make it anywhere near 1,000. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I didn't threaten them.
Ah.
I'm not going to do that today. That's bad. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Bush shall plan to ban gas additive. Action benefited big GOP donors in the chemical industry. That's got to be an aberration, right?
Right.
Like those child molesting priests. The Bush administration quietly shelved a proposal to ban a gasoline additive that contaminates drinking water in many communities, helping an industry that's donated more than $1 million to Republicans. The EPA's decision had its origin in the early days of President Bush's tenure, when his administration decided not to move ahead with a Clinton-era regulatory effort to ban the cleaner additive methyl tertiary butyl ether, or MTBE. Okay. I like MTBE myself. The proposed regulation said the environmental harm of the additive leaching into the groundwater overshadowed its beneficial effects to the air. The Bush administration decided to leave the issue to Congress, where it's been bogged down by a proposal to shield the industry from some lawsuits. That initiative, of course, is being led by House Majority Leader, the unctuous Tom DeLay, Republican of Texas. And don't forget, leave your dildos at home in Texas. Tragic. Like I said, divide the country into sections. That's the only answer for it. That thing about Larry Flint, didn't I just mention that the other day? Wouldn't it be great if he came out with a story?
Just yesterday, I think.
And now, he's not only going to have a story, he's going to write a book this summer, just in time for the election.
Just like the cocaine and the booze and the DUIs, that was a lifetime ago. I found
Communist.
Jesus. Yeah.
Now this story here, it just makes me sick to my stomach. See, there's one thing that American society doesn't want to accept, and that is this. There's no cure for pedophiles. Yeah, so all those guys who are doing their 10 to 20 for having a pin joint in their ashtray, let them out and make some room, or have some kind of an institution or some kind of an island, right? Like Alcatraz, and send the pedophiles there and they can molest each other.
Like Antarctica?
A convicted sex offender from Boynton Beach was arrested Sunday, accused of molesting 3 girls and 2 boys at a birthday party, sheriff's officials said. Stephen Loomis, 40, of Meadows Drive, inappropriately touched some of the children and showed them a pornographic video, said sheriff spokesman Diane Carhart. He was at a children's party about 18 months ago when the incident happened. The allegations were reported to a sheriff's deputy, who then turned over the case to the Special Investigations Unit. Loomis was charged with capital sexual battery on a child younger than 12, showing obscene material to a minor, and 4 counts of lewd or lascivious molestation. Here comes the best part. Loomis pleaded guilty in 1996 to 2 counts of committing a lewd act on children in his former Boca neighborhood. He'd been accused of fondling 4 of his daughter's friends, 3 girls and a boy, whose ages ranged from 6 to 8. He was sentenced to 3 months in jail, a year of house arrest, and 3 years of probation. So you have to wonder, what is he doing at a birthday party with kids? Huh?
Obviously a lot.
Carhart reminded parents that the FDLE website lists sex offenders and their registered addresses. We also encourage people, if there's any sign of inappropriate action by an adult, to keep the lines of communication open with your children, Carhart said. Loomis remained in the Palm Beach County Jail without bond. Ain't gonna change. Pedophiles are pedophiles. You can ship them around like the church did, and all they're gonna do is molest somebody else's kids. And the same with this. Well, no, they give 3 months in jail and 1 year's probation. Heavy duty.
Wow.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, how are you today?
Pretty good.
Hey, listen, I'm relocating back up north, and I just wanted to call and thank you for all the fun times that I enjoyed while my brief stint down here, and I'll be listening to you on the internet whenever I can.
Where are you going?
New Jersey.
Oh, well, nothing's perfect.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, I'm making my way back up north, but, well, it's a nice area of New Jersey, if there is such a thing.
At least it's close to some civilized places anyway.
Yeah, right, yeah. That might be an oxymoron, a nice place in New Jersey. It doesn't smell too much there, so I guess you gotta take what you can get.
Exactly.
But I just wanted to thank you for all the entertainment that you provided me while I was down here.
Okay, best of luck, pal. See you in Tenafly.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
See you in Atlantic City at the casino with all them old cockers, man.
Boy!
Busloads and busloads, they ship them in, man. Old cockers and Schwarzes from Philadelphia and New York. Shipping them in to Atlantic City. Don't ever go there.
No, thank you.
It's the only place I've ever been in my life, I think, that the whole time I was there, had my hand on my wallet. I'm serious. I had my hand on my ass. I mean, places I've had my hand on somebody else's ass. Yeah. But at this place, I had my hand on my own ass, just making sure that wallet was in it.
Mixing around like that?
They just all kind of jam up, right real close and tight, We're gonna make 900, you think? I'm not, whatever we get, we'll get.
Yeah, it's all gravy.
Because we got over I should give this, over 2,600 votes on a hot couples contest. Monica and Brian, 558.
Come on, Monica.
Sarah and Sean, 378.
It's nice to share.
Jesse and Jeffrey, 241. Karen and Joe, 213. Giselle and Rick got 173. Carmen and Carlos, 155. And Aaron and Braden? I can't read my own writing. Bradenton, 141, whatever her name is. Whatever his name is. 141. Those are the ones that are over 100 right now. But a long way to go. The whole thing closes out 155 on Friday. So be sure and vote like a hell of a lot. And they are. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Is this to vote?
This is to vote, yes ma'am.
I will vote. I voted for Gore, and I will vote whomever the Democrat is.
All right. 2 or 3 times.
What, dear?
I said, have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye. She's voting for whoever the Democrats put in there, okay? Heinrich Himmler, Martin Bormann, Rudolf Hess, anybody. And I agree with her. Anybody be a big improvement over what we got now. Can you even begin to imagine how they must be piddling in their pants? I mean, they tried the thing with Kerry and the intern. They threw their crap up against the wall. Didn't stick. No, not even close. Didn't even make like just a little tiny ripple,
Yeah, they're gonna lose and they know it.
Probably Kerry popped a little bit of a rectum roid here and there, but that was about it. And now, if all of this stuff with the cocaine, it's so easy to say, well, that was another lifetime, Well, when you got a guy who's got his hand on the nuclear button, nuclear button,
Careful.
number one, and who's sending kids off to be butchered in war and killing people all around the world, and who's surrounded by a bunch of neocon hawk lunatics, chicken hawks, then you better really know what you're dealing with. Including that phony military record. Including the abortion, if that story is true. And I have no reason to doubt it, because this is the second time around for it. And remember when your close personal friend Al told us that Larry Flint was getting ready to pop it right? I guess the woman, they must have gotten to her or whatever the hell happened.
Yeah, something. We don't want to speculate.
Maybe they had her hosed down somewhere just till after the election was over. 5670560, but that's going to be just that'll be it. That'll be the end, finito. Because can you imagine all the right-wing religionists out there? Oh my God, an abortion! Holy crap!
No, you don't get it. It's not going to mean a thing to them.
Why do you say that?
That was a lifetime ago. I hadn't found Jesus then.
Well, that's right. That's before I found Jesus. Yeah, but a lot of the independents and other people who might be on the fence are going to think, holy crap, what a hypocrite and what a liar, what a phony baloney.
You could have eaten 100 children, 100 of their children.
No, I think you only did about 35.
Oh.
113 at 560 WQM. When it comes to mattresses, America's leading brand is Sealy. The Sealy Posturepedic line is famous all around the world for comfort and durability. If you want rock-bottom prices on the entire lineup of brand new Sealy Posturepedics, don't waste your time in those bedding or department stores waiting for special sales, because every day, 365 days a year, you'll get the best deal from our friends at Dollar Mattress. Just that one easy call will do it for you, 1-800-MATTRESS. Dollar Mattress carried the complete line of Sealy, and now they're even easier to care for than ever before, because Sealy's new line of Posturepedics are just like the beast. They never have to be flipped or rotated. Just have them set it up for you and enjoy years and years of comfort. These beds are constructed to provide optimal comfort on the sleeping surface, and they last you for a hell of a long time. So just call that toll-free number right now, 1-800-MATTRESS. Talk to an expert bedding consultant and enjoy the service ranked #1 for overall customer satisfaction. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why our friends at Dollar Mattress are ranked the best anywhere in customer satisfaction. So enjoy a great night's sleep tonight and for years to come with a fantastic, unbeatable Sealy Posturepedic from Dollar Mattress. I've been doing it for years, buying my mattresses from these folks, and now even George and Boca Brian, Miguel, and Fat Boy are on the bandwagon. They do the smart thing. They make one easy call and sit back and on their ass, wait for the delivery to come. 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or check them out online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Hey guys, you wanna cheer up? Have Britney sit on your face.
Absolutely.
Make that old acne clear up when Britney sits on your face. Forget about your wife or girlfriend now. Kneel and say grace. Better shave off that beard and stash their aches. Pick up the pace. You're really gonna love it when Britney sits on your face. Imagine the view above it when Britney sits on your face. Bent over, it looks like a frown when Britney starts sitting down. Britney sits on your face. Yeah, Britney sits on your face. Imagine Britney Spears leaving her clothes all over your floor, knowing in just a minute or two you're gonna score. Wipe off that dingy beach too before Britney sits on your face. Careful not to bite or chew when Britney sits on your face. Stop dreaming and clean up your place, 'cause she wants a brand new face. In your dreams.
I want to give you a kiss.
119 at 560 WQM. I got a great piece here by Michelangelo Signorelli, that child.
Okay.
He writes in the New York Press, Dredge report, the cyber hack jumps the gun. And if you could see the picture he's got here of Miss Fudge with oh my God, with his mouth wide open like he's ready to eat a banana. You would just pee your pants. But anyway, he says, I happen to know that several major news organizations have for some time been looking into claims about portly conservative moralizer Bill Bennett, you know, the one that had all the gambling problems?
Right.
And a leather-bound dominatrix bodybuilder in Las Vegas, a woman who has some very interesting narratives to recount. What news organizations? The top 5 that come to your mind are on the list. Some reporters have even traveled far and wide on this story. Does this mean the story is true? No, it is developing, as our favorite cyber gossip character assassin likes to say, and it may go nowhere. Every day reporters track down leads and follow up on tips. Sometimes this goes on for a while. They may never nail down the leads, and that's certainly true if there's no truth to them. It's interesting, though, that Matt Fudge, whose standards are far lower than even those, say, of the Weekly World News, hasn't run a blaring headline like, Bill Bennett in grip of imminent dominatrix scandal. I say that, of course, because last week Drudge ran a breathless world-exclusive report of his own, claiming that news organizations were chasing down recent alleged infidelity on the part of Democratic frontrunner John Kerry. Now, with regard to the Bennett rumor, take my word for it that several reporters have communicated directly with first-hand sources, as have I. But what Drudge claimed about Kerry was so ridiculously far removed from the supposed source that you'd have better luck using a Ouija board to determine if there's any scandal in his future. The Washington Post and several other news organizations Drudge claimed had been looking into allegations based on the rantings of a friend of a woman who supposedly had an affair with Kerry but who fled the country and conveniently couldn't be reached. In other words, neither Drudge himself nor apparently any of the supposed reporters he claimed were looking into it seemed to have spoken to the alleged expatriate mistress, and Drudge hadn't even spoken to the woman's frantic friend himself. It is interesting that this unsubstantiated, unsourced non-story about the Democratic frontrunner, which soon dominated right-wing radio, came as George W. Bush was whirling in the center of an increasingly well-sourced story regarding his past military service and his having gone AWOL. Loyal soldier Drudge, who delighted in exposing Bill Clinton's sex life, seemed to spin into action and try to save Bush, perhaps fed information from Karl Rove's right-wing smear machine. Even conservative pundit, another self-hating queen, Andrew Sullivan, went off the reservation momentarily, entertaining the notion that the rumor was coming from his side. I'm beginning to worry that the Republicans might be behind this smear job on Kerry, he wrote on his blog. Kelly was forced to flatly deny the claims on Imus the day after Drudge ran his report. Well, there's nothing to report, so there's nothing to talk about. I'm not worried about it, Kerry stated. Usually the denial itself elevates the story dramatically, which is the plan of the right-wing smear artist all along, landing it all over TV and newspapers across the country. But the Drudge smear so far has pretty much bombed big time. The British tabloids and Rupert Murdoch-owned papers like the New York Post and its direct competition, the Daily News, picked it up, as well as a few third-rate local TV affiliates down south. This was pretty laughable, but Drudge nonetheless touted these breaks of the story on his site, desperate for attention and validation. Maybe a lot of media so far haven't picked up on the story, not because they are getting more scruples, but because Drudge is even more unreliable and wrong than he used to be, and he was pretty bad to begin with. Leonard Downey Jr., editor of the Washington Post, one of the papers Drudge claimed was working on the story, told editor and publisher that no one there was investigating Kerry for any infidelity. Drudge also had said that Wesley Clark told dozens of reporters off the record that Kerry had an intern issue, yet if Clark knew Kerry was about to implode, why did he pull out of the race and why did he then give his endorsement to Kerry? The allegations, not surprisingly, did get linked up across the right-wing web. Andrew Sullivan perfunctorily attacked the rumor as politically motivated without actually criticizing his good buddy Drudge. Perhaps Sullivan, who is clearly still incensed over my having exposed his online bareback sexcapades 2 years ago, has to come out against the invasion of privacy if he wanted to remain indignant about the past stories about him and his own behavior. But soon enough he was slapped down by my fellow right-wing blatherers, Jonah Goldberg, writing on National Review Online and criticizing Sullivan for saying the smear came from the Republicans, and Jonah's infamous mother, Lucy Ann Goldberg. Remember her?
Yes. One
of the cretins at the center of the Lewinsky affair who wrote a letter to Sullivan's site. Like a good beagle, Sullivan fell back in line and soon began excitedly speculating on how far Drudge's Kerry smear would get in the mainstream press, hoping it would prove how influential he and his fellow right-wing bloggers have become. Some on the right even began linking to the National Enquirer's coverage, so hard up were they to get this story going. Perhaps by the time you read this, they'll have been more successful, but guess what? They haven't. Says, then again, maybe Drudge shot his wad with a dubious story, and now his further sleaze stories on Kerry, surely developing, in quotes as we speak, will get less and less attention, we can only hope. Oh, and about Bill Bennett, it's developing. Nice going there, Michelangelo, you silly queen, you. 5670560. You follow all that?
Yes.
Good. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hi, I need to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Oh, Neil, this is Jean. I just wanted to let you know one of the reasons why we're not getting as many votes today. You have to change the boobs every day.
I beg your pardon?
You have to change the picture of the boobs every single day.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you can't have the same one every day, because the guys that are, they want to see something new.
No, well, we got Halle Berry. The reason we left it up a second day is because yesterday was a holiday and a lot of people might have been on vacation out of town. We didn't want to miss Halle's berries.
Yeah, and you got so many people, though, yesterday, remember?
Yes, we did.
That was cool. And also, another reason is, you're encouraging everybody to vote twice in the election this year.
Mm-hmm.
We should be able to vote twice on our computers, too.
Okay, go ahead.
I can? I thought you said something about the cookies, we can't vote twice.
Well, where does it? Well, just eat a couple of cookies and see what happens then.
Okay.
Bake a fresh
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Chocolate chip. What?
Bake a fresh batch.
Come out with a fresh batch, okay?
Squirt, squirt.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. So what about that Bill Bennett? A little bit of a gambling problem, eh?
Oi!
And now maybe like a little dominatrix problem?
That was before he found
Oh, it's so sweet when the shoe was on the other foot, and of course there were a lot of people speculating that this whole Kerry intern thing just happened to blow at the time when the AWOL stuff was coming down, right? The same weekend. Could have been just a coincidence, right?
No.
No chance. No chance. Nice try, Matt. You silly queen. Let's see, which of these applies to you? What do we got now? 800 and some odd? 840? I voted for Gore in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry 505. I voted for Bush in 2000. Will again 105, 12.5%. Not too strong. I didn't vote in 2000, but will in 2004, 86. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry this time, though, 50. I'm too stupid to vote 47. We believe you. I voted for Nader this time. I'll vote for Kerry, 26. I voted in 2000, but I won't vote this year, 15. I voted for Nader this time. I'll vote for Bush, only 4. And I'm not old enough to vote. We got a pair who are playing hooky.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
A republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Could the pleasures of eating ass lead to an untimely death? I'm White Fort Lauderdale. Join us tonight at 6 for part 1 of a probing Channel 10 investigation into the dangers of eating ass. Experts say it tastes like a penny, but some doctors say it could spread disease. After that disturbing look at eating ass, we'll have more condescending tips on how to raise children.
This is White Fort Lauderdale from Channel 10 News.
What will the weather be like tomorrow? Filling in for the vacationing Dodno, we have Channel 12 weatherman John Matthews.
Whoa, hello everybody, I'm John Matthews. Tomorrow's going to be bright and sunny and happy where the ducks will swim and the children will play.
Also at 11, Christy Kruger takes us behind the scenes to show us which eye she actually uses to look in the camera.
The dangers of eating ass, pet story, and more vary between our continuing series of tips on how to raise children. Tonight, only on Channel 10 News.
Rectum.
1:30 at 560 WQM. Speaking of that, a student group at Roger Williams University is offering a new scholarship for which only white students are eligible, a move they say is designed to protest affirmative action. Haven't I always said that? What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
A new scholarship for white students only. The application for the $250 award is an essay, requires an essay. Why are you proud of your white heritage? And a recent picture to confirm your whiteness. Evidence of bleaching will disqualify applicants, says the application issued by the university's college Republicans. Jason Matera, 20, who's president of the College Republicans, said the group is parodying minority scholarships. We think that if you want to treat someone according to character and how well they achieve academically, then skin color shouldn't really be an option, he said. Many people think that coming from a white background, you're automatically privileged, you're automatically rich, and your parents pay full tuition. That's just not the case. In fact, maybe there's some very deserving white young man in South Florida other than Willie Williams. Whatever happened with Willie Williams? Did we ever hear any more about that?
No. Oh, I haven't. How's that?
How come that case just died, Josh? What the hell happened?
I don't know.
See? Where the hell is Willie Williams? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, the stud has angered some at the university, but the administration is staying out of the fray. The school's provost said it's a student group's initiative and not endorsed by Roger Williams University. Matera, who's of Puerto Rican descent himself, is a recipient of a $5,000 scholarship, open only to a minority group. No matter what my ethnicity is, I'm making a statement that scholarships should be given out based on merit and need, he said. He told the Providence Journal. And even though he's a Republican, in this case, I agree wholeheartedly. His group took out a full, you see, it's not politically correct. If you're supposed to be liberal or to the left of Attila the Hun, you just can't say that affirmative action is a bad thing. Well, guess what it is? His group took out a full-page ad in last week's issue of the university student newspaper to tout the scholarship, which was for $50 until two donors came forward who had $100 each during the weekend, so now it's $250. It's not the first brush with controversy for the group. The school temporarily froze the Republicans' money in the fall during a fight over a series of articles published in its monthly newsletter. One article alleged that a gay rights group indoctrinates students into homosexual sex. There you go. So they're not perfect. You're right, but they're good old Republicans is what they are. Just flexing their muscle and showing it off. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Clarence Page in the Palm Beach Post published a real interesting quote today. I'd like to read it if you don't mind, and it's from...
Short?
Pardon me? Yeah.
Is it short? Good.
Yeah. It's from Colin Powell's 1995 autobiography, My American Journey, and as you know, he was a Vietnam veteran, and here's the quote. I am angry that so many of the sons of the powerful and well-placed and so many professional athletes manage to wrangle slots in reserve and National Guard units.
Right.
Of the many tragedies of Vietnam, this raw class discrimination strikes me as the most damaging to the ideal that all Americans are created equal and owe allegiance to their country.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, but it bears repeating.
That's beautiful.
Well, he just got convenient Alzheimer's. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. Just say to Colin Powell. Oh, you know that asshole at Loudmouth, New York? What the hell is his name, the one that they have on Imus?
Could you be more specific?
No, you know the one, the right-winger, the one with the real heavy New York accent that was on there this morning. Oh, what is that guy's name? Begins with a B, as in Bullschmidt.
I don't know. Yorkie McYork.
Has him on there all the freaking time. A real bushlicker. Oh, be patriotic, Imus, and support Bush, and you gotta, stick up for the troops and for Bush, and you gotta, Bush gonna win a landslide, and maybe they'll put Colin Powell on the ticket, and that'll get him in. Where did they find this scumbag? See, one thing about New York, man, there's a lot of wonderful people there, but there's also so many just those stereotypical slimy, scumbaggy type of people. Another one is that Guardian Angels guy. What the hell is his name?
Curtis Sliwa.
Curtis Sleazebag. Sliwa. There's another good one for you. Never met a fascist he didn't like. WQAM, hello. That line 1 has a serious problem, but it does work. Let's hear it.
Haunted.
Huh?
It's haunted.
No, it is haunted, and that is that it does the cutoff real fast. It rings a few times, then like that.
Every time you pick it up, there's a spook on there.
Exactly. WQAM, hello.
Please don't trace this call, but I actually looked at Rush Bing Bang's website one day.
Uh-oh.
Talk about, superimposing pictures. He had a picture, that famous picture of Monica kissing Clinton on the cheek now?
Right.
That one you know that picture?
Yes, I do.
Superimposed Kerry's picture where Clinton's face was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's right on his website. I mean,
yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And I actually, again, don't trace the call, but I listened to the show, and this lady calls in and says how delicious the news is about
about Kerry. Yeah, well, guess what? Sorry. You guys lose. Delicious.
And what he's saying is that it's the Clintons are behind it. They don't want a Democrat to win in 2004.
Yeah, well, I've heard that rumor, too, that the Clintons, will support him. Yeah, who knows?
Unbelievable. And Willie
okay,
Williams?
Good luck, you pal. Don't do that again. We will trace the call.
Willie Williams, house arrest. That's where he is right now. While
Still?
House arrest while they try and do something with that violation of probation.
I see. While they try to eliminate it. Okay, thanks a lot, Pally, for all the info. What were you saying?
A lot of spooks in New Jersey.
I thought that's what you said. Well, the guy that's moving up to Jersey, beware. It's always Halloween every day up there. 24 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Isn't that what they say? M&M obsession leads to physics discovery. Wait till we get to this story. Did you know that?
M&M's? The candy or the wrapper, or the candy wrapper?
It's a good physic if you eat enough of them. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hi, how are you? I'm calling because I know how you are talking about the elections and how people should be voting twice and whatnot. Let me tell you, this morning I woke up around 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and I turned on WIOD's Coast to Coast AM.
Don't do that again.
No, but the topic was about elections. My goodness, let me tell you something. I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned. They talked, the lady who was the host, Bev Harris, she was talking about how, a company in around 2002 had been employed by the Pentagon. Because they gave the programming to do for the voting machines.
Yeah, double.
And the majority of the ownership was done by the Saudis for the military voting.
Yeah.
And another thing is, she pointed out that there are only 4 companies primarily that serve the programming for voting machines, the electronic voting machines.
Yeah, we've talked about this ad nauseum. We've talked about it.
Did you know that she has a book called Black Box Voting?
No.
It's fascinating. I mean, let me tell you, when you read that, you really start really feeling sorry for this country's democracy. I mean,
well, I already feel for your country's democracy. I feel for you.
I mean, and what I'm really am shocked about is that these 4 companies that are doing the programming for the voting machines, 3 of them are foreign owned. One of them is from Canada, another one is from England. So I mean, and another thing is they make the programming for the voting machines so bad. I mean, it's very easy for someone to tamper through it. In fact,
that could never happen. There could never be a fixed American election, could there?
You know what's the most surprising thing I heard?
And what is that in closing? Yes.
In closing, yes. In a county in California, an election result came out 5 hours before the precinct closing.
Right.
That's like what is that?
Well, at least they're getting it out fast to the public. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right.
Have a great day, pal.
You too, thank you.
He didn't mention Diebold, but I tried to sneak it in there. You know. Diebold that loves Bush. Just happen to manufacture their machines. And we certainly don't want to go along with Robert Wexler and have a paper trail, do we? No. Because then you can figure it out when they fix the total. Where there's no paper trail, it's just a number. Where do we pull that number out of?
Rectum.
Our ass. Anyway, Princeton physicist Paul Chaikin's passion for M&M candies was so well known that his students played a sweet practical joke on him by leaving a 55-gallon drum of candies in his office. Little did they know that their prank would lead to a physics breakthrough. This isn't a joke.
Okay.
The barrel full of the oblate little candies made Chaikin think about how well they packed in. A series of studies have shown they pack more tightly than perfect spheres, something that surprises many physicists and Chaikin himself. It's a startling and wonderful result, said Sidney Nagel, a physicist at the University of Chicago. One doesn't normally stop to think about this. If you did, you might have guessed what would happen, but you'd have guessed wrong. The issue of how particles pack together has intrigued scientists for centuries and has implications for fields such as the design of high-density ceramic materials for use in aerospace and other industries. Chaikin and his colleague, chemist Salvatore Torquato, used the candies to investigate the physical and mathematical principles involved when particles are poured randomly into a vessel. Writing in Friday's issue of the journal Science, they said they found that oblate spheroids, such as plain M&Ms, pack surprisingly more densely than regular spheres when poured randomly and shaken. When poured in, they said, spheres occupy about 64% of the space in a container. M&Ms managed to pack in a density of about 68%. We just stretched the sphere and suddenly things changed dramatically, said Torquato. To me, it's remarkable that you can take this simple system with common candies and probe one of the deepest problems in condensed matter physics. Mars Inc., which makes M&Ms, did not help sponsor the research, although it did donate 125 pounds of almond M&Ms to Chaikin, Princeton said in a statement. Isn't that great?
That was mighty white of him.
So there's a good physic for you. Just eat enough of them, a couple of pounds, and you'll be crapping your brains out. 20 till 2 at 560 WQ. I do like the coated almonds, man. Oh yeah. Those. One thing about M&Ms, those things will make your blood sugar go up so damn fast. Like, yeah. I mean, your head don't even hit the ground; they hit the sidewalk yet. That's why Dr. Bob should have stayed off the M&Ms. His wife, by the way, is pretty porked off. She was on last night on Larry King. I watched about 2 minutes of it, and also some doctor from the Atkins group, and they should be pissed off. I mean, whether or not you like his diet, or whether you liked his personality, which we didn't. The fact of the matter is he did have a great weight loss regime. And secondly, all they tried to do was like make him look bad. Even after his death, they still were trying to make him look bad because they're jealous and they want to sell you a lot of bread and a lot of pasta and rice and crap. And continue getting you fat and a lot of fast food garbage. Anybody had those, where is it, Subway that's got those wraps? You had one yet?
No, I don't go there, girlfriend.
You don't wrap there?
No.
Well, no, seriously, they look pretty good on TV, but then again, so did those sandwiches. 18 till 2 at 560 WQM. If you're thinking of buying a new car or truck, if you want to save really big, visit Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead. You'll find them on US 1, just 20 minutes south of the old 836. Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead is worth the drive to save thousands and zillions of dollars on great new unbeatable Toyotas. Check out these great prices. Speaking of unbeatable, an 04 Corolla loaded, including air, that you own for just $12,990. An 04 Camry with air automatic and lots more, just $16,990. Need a truck? How about an 04 Toyota Tundra, the safest truck in America, from just $14,990? And when you buy your new vehicle at Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead, you'll get a free Sun Pass. This was the first dealer in all of South Florida to offer free tires and batteries for life, and they're still going strong at that. General Manager David Rich and the staff will do whatever it takes to put you in a great new Toyota today. So experience the Armstrong Toyota of Homestead difference. They're locally owned and operated, and they're committed to 100% customer satisfaction. Their service department is even open weeknights late till 8 to make sure that your service work is done and done right. You'll find them on US 1, 293rd Street in Homestead. Not really that far no matter where you are, just 20 easy minutes south of the 836. So if you're nauseated, if you're fed up with those mega dealers who overpromise and then underdeliver and disappoint every time, then call David Rich, Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead GM at 305-242-3247. 305-242-3247. Drive a little and save a whole lot on that great new Toyota at Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Bandage, I am a pussy.
I miss it so boring.
What's better than a live radio show every morning on TV? Well, just about anything. But that hasn't stopped MSNBC from teaming up with radio's original bad boy, who now looks like a nasty old lady.
Listen, Bernie.
Imus.
Tell that intern this coffee sucks.
Yes, every morning, see Imus listen to a tape of other people's comedy bits. Live on the air.
I need a hammer to bite into this muffin. Will somebody give me a fresh one, please? Thank you.
See his wild behind-the-scenes antics.
Hey, listen to me, stupid. I am the I-Man. You are the walrus. Cuckoo-ca-choo. Now get me some fresh coffee or you're fired.
Imus. He's irreverent.
So, what's the deal with the Pope?
He's topical.
So, what's the deal with this Watergate race?
He's incoherent.
I'll tell you what, that, is it double repentance? What the hell is it? I don't know.
He's
Imus, and he's boring.
And Chinese only on MSNBC, a cable channel nobody watches, and a bunch of AM radio stations nobody listens to.
And when somebody gets some fresh jingle,
it's Imus.
He may be boring, but he sure is incoherent, I'll tell you that. Bo Dietl, that's the name of the guy. It just dawned on me during the break.
What is it?
Bo Dietl.
Oh.
Maybe he's the fifth Beatle.
How can you not take that guy seriously?
Like to poke him with a needle. Oh, he is what everybody despises about New York. He's the typical ugly New Yorker stereotype with the accent and the attitude and the whole just obnoxious. He's got New York obnoxious just dripping all over his puss, man. And of course he's become like on the talking head shows, when they need some goofball on there. That's him. Just like that Curtis Sleazebag that was making the rounds for a while, but seems to have disappeared. 915 votes on a poll. We came close. We gave it a shot. If I would have just made a few threats, we'd have gotten to 1,000. Which of these applies to you? I voted for Gore in 2000, and I'll vote for Kerry, 544.
Nearly two-thirds of Al-Qaeda's known leaders have been captured.
I voted for Bush in 2000 and will again, 119. 13%, in spite of that Alfred E. Newman look on his puss right now. It's sad. It's scary. I didn't vote in 2000, but I will vote in 2004, 94. I voted for Bush in 2000, but I'll vote for Kerry this time, 57. I'm too stupid to vote, 51. I voted for Nader, but this time I'm voting for Kerry, 28. I voted in 2000, but I won't this year, 16. I voted for Nader. This time I'm voting for Bushmeister, 4. And I'm not old enough to vote a couple of juvenile delinquents. That's it. Not looking too good for the Bushmeister in our audience anyway. Not that you'd expect it to, but 13% isn't exactly anything to write home about.
No.
Now, what do you think is going to happen when Larry Flint's book comes out?
Nothing.
You don't see. You're focusing in on that segment, which is probably about 70 to 80% of his support. What about the other 20%?
I'm focusing in on the people that plan to vote for him. Nothing is going to deter them.
No, that's 70 to 80%. You're talking about the fundamentalist, lunatic, wealthy, or whatever the hell they are. Whatever motivates them. That's not all of them, though.
Okay.
In fact, look at the poll. I voted for Bush in 2000. I'll vote for Kerry, 57. I voted for Nader last time. I'm going to vote for Kerry, 28. Maybe not because they love Kerry so much, but because they realize that the Nader vote is a waste of time, and they want to say bye-bye to Bush. And all those people who are wavering there in between, the undecideds, the independents, whatever you want to call them, they're the ones that are going to make the difference. And if this abortion thing blows up and all the other bull crap, look out now. That's all I can tell you. WQM line 1, will it work? Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
That guy's name when I missed that with the B.
Bo Dietl.
Yeah, that's right. Bo the Wop Dietl. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bo the Wop Dietl. He's a greaseball. How do you like Dietl? Don't sound like Italian to me.
Probably a nickname. Don't they all have nicknames?
Bo Dietl is a nickname?
A pseudonym?
I see. Sounds like a real name to me. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Did you happen to see that story over the week? There's two things. Did you happen to see that story over the weekend when Ann Coulter said that Max Cleland's injuries in Vietnam?
No, he wasn't a war hero. We had it on our website. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's just a disgusting, miserable bitch.
What a disgusting.
Here's a guy that's a triple amputee, and so he got blown up by picking up a grenade in an accident. But in the meantime, he served his country, unlike some people that we know.
Yeah, George W. Bush was getting time off to go on Senate campaigns while in the Guard. And she's downplaying what Max Cleland in Vietnam. Terrible.
Exactly.
Also, did you see the Calhoun guy? He said, "Oh yeah, I saw Bush in Alabama." He said that he saw Bush throughout the summer of 72.
Yeah, now it turns out it was only 4 times. The story changed. I talked about it yesterday. First it was a dozen times, then it was 6 times. Now it's down to 4 times. And then they admit, well, the guy's got a bad memory, so he's having a tough time remembering.
I know. He said he saw him throughout the summer, but then the Bush records say he didn't show up there till September.
Yeah, he saw him on dates when even they say he wasn't there. So good luck to his credibility.
And he was making up drills in my office. Boy, what a war hero Bush is, but not Max Cleland isn't, according to Ann Coulter.
Well, you know what they say about that bitch.
Yeah. All right, Neil.
Have a great day, pal.
Pray for us all.
And her hanging pastrami. Oh, we don't want to play that, do we, today? Well, when Duff gets you that information, hold your breath, like right now. Yeah. I have a suggestion for you, Muff, okay, while you're sitting in there making a schedule with Clarence.
Duff, get off this instant.
Yeah, get off your ass and give us some of that info for it. It would be nice. Just, we don't want to talk about it on the air, but it would just be nice to find out some of these things. 152. Let's get the president on here for a second or two.
Before they fully materialize.
And that's enough.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Basta di chupar.
Ann Coulter is a party girl slut, party girl slut, party girl slut. Ann Coulter is a party girl slut, party girl slut, party girl slut. On her back, legs are spread, Nancy snatch, gives good head. Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch. A camel toe, 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 camel toe, camel toe. A moralist monster, a good girl who wants to be a media whore and prefers it on top quiver. You want more on this lady? Here's what I'll give you. She's got a book to read about slandering. Nobody knows more about slandering out with a big stupid mouth. Anyone to the left of Mangala, such a good Christian girl, you want to strangle her. Pontificating who she's hating, political pundit pontificating, sprawled on the floor and masturbating. A Republican skanky hoe. She's a federalissimo, making liberal a dirty word, you know, in a miniskirt showing camel toe. Ann Coulter knows what hate can be in a miniskirt that smells fishy. She's a tall drink of water on the side of Law and Order with a back alley look, if you like your broad scholar. If you got the money, she'll spread those legs with a cigarette and a Chardonnay. Ann Coulter, political pundit, the angel of the right and an easy leg.
So those rumors about John Kerry and the intern were started by a roving maniac who planted it, is what I'm hearing? Schwarzenegger urged to arrest San Francisco mayor.
Oh my God.
A Christian legal group wants California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger to arrest the mayor of San Francisco for issuing nearly 2,000 marriage licenses to homosexual couples in defiance of state law. The American Family Association's Center for Law and Policy called Mayor Gavin Newsom's decision to oversee the nation's first officially sanctioned same-sex weddings Thursday an arrogant stunt proving the radical homosexual movement will trample rights of all who stand in their way. That's right, we're going to just stomp on you. The AFA's Law Center wrote Schwarzenegger and Attorney General Bill Lockyer on Friday, insisting the mayor not only violated civil law, but criminal law as well. Schwarzenegger and other state officials have remained silent on the issue. The letter cites California's Penal Code section, is that a play on words? Penal Code section 115, which prohibits the knowing procurement of any false or forged instrument to be filed or recorded in any public office. The penalty for the felony, the letter notes, is up to 3 years in prison. The AFA says this means 3 years for each false certificate issued, which sounds to me like about 6,000 years. And that wouldn't satisfy him at all. The motion filed on behalf of the pro-family lobby group Campaign for California Families by the public interest firms Lively and Ackerman and Liberty Counsel, beware of anything with the word liberty in it.
Yes.
Presents an irrefutable argument that Newsom and clerk Nancy Alfaro had no authority to redefine marriage in direct conflict with California law, asserted the group's president and general counsel Matthew Staver as they attempt to stave off all of this faggery in California. The rule of law will be restored in California, Staver said. The mayor and the clerk have no right to act as tyrants, ruling San Francisco as their personal dictatorship. How do you like that? Well, screw you, buddy. So there you go. That's pretty much it. We got over 2,600, probably 27. I haven't even checked it again recently on the Hot Couples contest. Keep those votes pouring in. You got till 1:55 on Friday to determine the big wiener. And did we make a thought? See, if I would have put the big push on, 949. If I could have said, we're going to put George on the next 5 minutes, believe you me, that would have done it. In fact, let's do an extra 5 minutes.
Let's go.
Can't do that. We got important fish to fry, baby. We got sports. We got the Mad Dog. We got the Humper. We got the big at that NFL thing tonight, baby, with the old combine.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.